Stream Elements says, Scorpwana is now live. Streaming Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online, the gravy boat floats upward, February 6, 2022.
Fuck. Game, you can load now. Oh, you're not responding. Okay. Yay. 6th of February 2022. We're playing Star Trek Online. Okay, get her started. I'm also eating, so there's going to be some pausing in between doing anything. I'm going to be throwing food on the floor, too. As if it falls off the plate, it stays on the floor until I'm done playing. Sausage. Sausage in the morning, sausage in the evening. I'm far away from Discovery. 0. Oh my god, so that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm trying to shoot anime. You want to let me shoot an anime? Yay! Now, if only I didn't have to worry about this Voth part of it. My god, you just the whole time didn't even worry about it either. You just, the fucking whole time just stayed there. Tarzi can't see me. Tarzi, come on. Oh god, come on! What the hell are you stopping for? You're gonna get stuck behind the door, aren't you? Yep. Tell your friend to come on too, because this is insane. Let's see, what's the sounds look like? Ugh. For some reason, my nose wants to sneeze. And I don't want it to, so I'm just holding it back. Yay, 2 more kills or something. Am I gonna have to stand over here and get him? Fuck. Okay. all the freaking Voth at? Everybody's killed everybody. Everybody killed everybody. Gotta click about 100 times, make sure that it works. And click on that 1,000 times. Okay, there we go. I get that whenever you click on something to happen, like you click on that, say for instance, it has to wait until it's in queue to do it before the button actually is allowed to be pressed. But what should happen is, whenever you press it, it should say, okay, queue this up for whenever I have an opportunity. And then boom, it does it. No, you have to sit there and you gotta click it until you get that. You gotta go like, was that going slow? Yep. Phaser damage ground. Some endeavors. Let's see. Polaron space, destroy Voth ships, and that. Okay. That's about to be done. Why is that gotta be so close? It's over there, so it's gotta be loud for no reason. Into the park. You didn't do your ball of lightning right. He's still alive.
All 3 silos are under Allied control. Excellent work. The Voth Fortress has engaged transporters. Troops inbound.
Troops inbound. Ooh. Wow. Nice. A nice little Zen buy. Nose is itching.
It wants to sneeze.
Cool. Good, I thought it was more than 2 already. What the hell? Nothing. Okay, I guess I'll do this then. Some random one just to get it up there. Ooh, 1,000, nice. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do that one at a later date.
Back to your stations. The bots have returned.
Dun 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 dun. The Voth have returned. Phase pistols. What's today? The 6th. So 7th and 2 more days, and that'd be that. I'm thinking of what does Lilu's ship look like? I was thinking of getting her some discovery marks so she can be leveling that up to get that hostile environmental suit. What does her shield look like? 409. Might as well. Okay. Events. Join the TFO. Lilu is participating in the TFO, everyone. Please hold your applause.
The Terrans will be here soon to steal.
Gravy boat.
Here they come. All ships, battle station.
A welcoming committee. You should have. We're just here for your data. Hand it over and nobody will get hurt.
That. All ships, engage the Terran fleet.
This isn't over, Admiral. Believe that.
Enterprise, Defiant, take some ships and take her down. The rest of you, stay alert. This isn't over.
Okay, Scarvin. I mean, guy who sounds like Scarvin. No damage at all.
I'm picking up more ships through the rifts.
No, you're not.
You can. Activate the holo projectors. Let's hope they get the job done. Defend the holo projectors as best you can. We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our system.
Oh, did. We need to go have the go button go faster. Yeah.
Murdoch says, "Sup."
Need to get those
What's
rifts
up?
under control.
I'm trying to get Lilu some marks, discovery marks. I want her to have that hostile shield that makes you run fast. Of course, that's going to be a while. I got to get to like level what like tier 3, 5, or something like that.
You need to clear out the ships at Jupiter.
You need this. You need that. You need to shut the hell up.
Murdoch says, "Cool. I need to run some TFO on my KDF for spore canisters."
Those rifts aren't going to close themselves.
How many canisters do you need? Everybody know everybody.
Murdoch says, 3.
Ah. Have you already got the one that you can create?
The ships at Jupiter Station.
Like, what is it?
Murdoch says, "Yup."
Ah, so you need 3 more.
Those rifts aren't going to close themselves.
Damn it.
Murdoch says, "Your character is KDF, right?"
No, she's fed.
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems. The Terrans have taken control of Projector Alpha.
No, Yushanka. She's KDF. I'm gonna need to make a new one anyway whenever the Klingon recruit thing comes around.
Those rifts aren't going to close themselves. Projector Alpha is back under our control.
It's like nothing happening over here. What the heck, man? What the heck?
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems.
I need to take out the trash. Cause it's like really, it's boiling over a water bottle.
You need to get those rifts under control.
You need this. You need that. What about my feelings?
Projector Gamma is ours again.
What about my needs? Poor Lilu and her little boat. Little ship that doesn't have any firepower.
You need to clear out the ships at Jupiter Station.
It's got Tetrion weapons and they don't even do a damn thing. I need to see how many credits she has. She's got enough credits to buy some more stuff in the fleet.
Murdoch says, "Lilu has a prolapse Angus."
Prolapse Angus sticks out about 3 inches deeper than it's supposed to. About 3 foot, more than 3
Those
foot.
rifts under control. We've taken control of the projector maker.
Makes me wonder, like, prolapse Angus, right? Is if a woman has that and she's a lesbian and wants to have sex with another woman, is that the same as having like a woman having a penis or something? It sticks out and all that. I mean, Prolapse anal sex? I don't know. I don't know. It's just too much thinking, I guess. I don't know about that.
You need to
Murdoch
clear out the
says,
ship to Jupiter
girls with a
Station.
cletus can use it as a pangus.
Lock down
Oh.
the projectors. Now they're ours for good.
Do they have to like exercise it to make it longer?
I thought our Janeway was annoying. Did you like the little back door I put in your station?
Enterprise is back near projector base. The shield vessels are negating your attacks on the Enterprise. Take them out first.
Take them out first. You will take them out
Try
first.
to catch me.
I don't want to try to catch you. I just want this TFO to be over. Lilo, I want it to be over.
The Enterprise is near projector Gamma.
Lilo, want to get the battleground battle. Where there's Anna. Repulsor beam, huh? Okay, I understand,
You kids have fun now.
You're not even letting us have an attempt to, like, shoot at the Enterprise. Before she just goes through there, just running off. Ugh, belching. Ate too fast. Oh, I have gas built up.
The Enterprise is going for projector Alpha. The Enterprise is going for projector Alpha.
Thank you, Polly Petey the parrot. Poor Tetrion weapons aren't doing shit.
Murdoch says, so I need to switch to a Fed to run TFOs with you?
Oh, I'm only just doing this one with
Kidding me
Lilu.
with this?
And then I'll go
My
back to my
ship's
standard
invincible. Give
run.
up already.
I mean, I just wanted to get her some
Don't go anywhere, okay?
some discovery
Well done.
marks to get it started. Because she's got 0. And I want to get something for her. It's at the bottom, isn't it? It's right there. 136, how to get it going pretty good.
Murdoch says, your standard check go make like a tree scenario. Got it.
No, I don't like, I'm not looking forward to her doing anything really, just getting this discovery stuff up. What level is it that shield becomes available? Is it 4 or 5? Very rare equipment module. So I guess 5. Equipment, Burnhams. Yeah. So I need to get it to at least a level 5. It's 3 more days there. So tomorrow I'll use Lilu on Discovery to get some more marks for her. To start doing that. Meanwhile, what we get here? We don't know. Okay. Look, it's still broken. Discard that. Get that. Alright. So, leave map, and then I'll jump over to Michael then. On a pretty good note, I managed to get rid of the dilithium I have and get some Zen. The big one too. There's one over here. It was like 600 and something. It's already had one right there, so it was like 630. So I wanted to make sure to keep at least 5,000 Zen, you know, without wasting it away for emergencies. So 600 could be good enough for like an extra character slot. Okay, now over to Michael. Michael Myers. Care Myers, Mike. Make like a tree and get out of here. It's called make out like a tree and leave, dumbass. How much does Michael have? He has 0 of those as well. Don't. Clear there.
Murdoch
Yeah.
says, so Putin went to China to get consoled over taking Ukraine and killing 50,000 to a million people in the process. Their pact will make China feel better about doing the same to Taiwan when they decide. My concern is the beginning of WW3.
World War III?
I don't want to waste your time with trivialities. I suggest you return at a later time.
Putin went to China to get consoled over taking Ukraine and killing. So Putin killed 50,000 to a million people in the process of something? And the impact will make China feel better about doing the same thing to Taiwan when they decide. So your concern is the beginning of World War III. Well, we don't have no world
Murdoch
left to have
says
a war.
he has 130,000 troops and tanks on the border ready to invade.
Damn. He's serious then, isn't
Murdoch says he has been accumulating forces there for months.
he? Well, hopefully we don't get dragged in, because we will. Or the United States will, all damn ways. Canada probably get pulled in too. Like I'm saying, those Mexican Air Force Base. You don't know, you know. They'd be okay. This is not being like. I guess it's
Murdoch
being
says,
stereotypical.
We will. It's gonna be NATO vs Warsaw.
But you can just imagine, right? Like a jet that looks seemingly like nobody's on it. Then all of a sudden it lands in the Ukraine, and a bunch of Mexicans just pile out from under it. Start to like shoot everybody. See, it'd be the perfect Trojan horse. That's what the Mexican people have been waiting for this whole time. I mean, they've been training to be the Trojan horse jet or whatever, you know. We're gonna drop an RV on the line or whatever, and they're gonna just crawl out from under it like, you know, cockroaches or something. I don't know. It's from that movie, you know, a scene from a movie that I'm picturing in my head, like crossing the border and invading, that kind of thing. I'll do anything though for war. Maybe
Murdoch
the aliens will
says,
stop them.
Basically we will try to surround Russia and China with anti-missiles to take down any nukes that fly out, but with submarines everywhere there really isn't any stopping the destruction of the entire world.
Well, it'll just be another place that we have to kill off. I mean, if everything's true about Mars or whatever that has been talked about before.
Murdoch says, I'm just here to brighten your day.
Oh, it is.
Smiley
It
face.
doesn't bother me one bit. I mean, I've been knowing the world's going to end a long time, but I just want to just be around to see it. I mean, humanity is the problem with the world, so do away with humanity. Fight over a little bullshit. I mean, it's like a repeat of history all the time, you know. Empires up and down, fighting, this, that. And just because we call it World War doesn't mean that it hasn't happened before. I mean, we call it World War I, World War II. Well, other nations, ancient nations and whatnot, you know, have fought each other, and lots of civilizations joined in and all that kind of stuff. The only reason ours is like a world war type scenario is because it's advertised more and it's out there in more
Murdoch
nations
says,
and stuff.
Socialist countries don't like free countries, NATO being near them.
People need to just grow
Murdoch
up.
says, that's never gonna change, so.
Never gonna change? Nuke 'em. Use the Star Wars satellite up there that we apparently have.
Murdoch says, WW3.
Are you like looking forward to it, or is it the thing that's actually gonna happen? But we have to wait until Jesus comes back, damn it.
Murdoch says, I see parallels between now and the years before WW2.
big nations
Murdoch
and big
says,
penises.
the same kind of posturing.
Ah. They're working toward it. It's always been a thing, like, if people don't get their way, they're always, like, wanting to wage
Murdoch
war.
says, and bitching over territory.
Yeah. Territory that nobody owns. Just think of that. We don't own shit. I mean, people always saying, "Well, I got a patch of land over there, a few acres or whatever that I own." I'm thinking, no, you don't own shit. That stuff that was here before you ever were. Nobody owns land. Just have the assumption, the thought that we do have a way to own anything. Nothing is able to be owned. I don't even own. I don't own a thing. We buy it thinking we own it. No, the stuff it's made out of has been around forever. We've been around forever. The universe owns us. The universe owns everything. Creation, singularity, whatever you want to call it. So they're like complaining over territory. They don't own the territory. Nobody owns it. They just need to sit back, take a chill pill, and just admire the world for what it is, instead of bitching and arguing over who owns what. Or else you just need to throw the hammer down at them. You know. Or maybe some sort of situation like a World War III scenario is what needs to, like, the aliens to come in, or whatever, if they exist, you know, to come and just stop and look at everybody and say, stop doing this, you're ruining whatever, or whatever. If the government doesn't fake aliens. I only captured 1 point. What the hell? I thought I captured more than that. I'm not paying attention. Has acquired an Infinity prize pack. Yeah! 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 And again, I haven't been paying attention to any of that stuff. But I did watch episode 6 of Boba Fett. And yeah, he made a cameo, didn't he? Cameo on his own show. And I think it's mean of Luke to say, okay, Grogu, you have this choice. You can either choose to be a Jedi, or you can choose to be with the Mandalorian. I'm thinking, dude, let him have the Mandalorian armor and use this to friggin', be a Jedi. If anything, the Mandalorian needs to learn the ways of the Jedi so he can wield his powerful sword.
Murdoch says, oh, you did see it?
Yes. Watched it last night. It's episode 2 of The Mandalorian. Featuring Boba Fett at a table.
Murdoch says, yeah, I was thinking, so now Luke is an asshole, got it.
Yeah. I mean, who cares if, like, okay, someone devotes their life to, like, being a Jedi. You don't have to, like, forego people that you care about to do that. You can be around everybody. You can have love and relationships. Anakin did. Look what happened to him. I mean, never mind. He was a Jedi and he loved at the same time. But yeah, it's a gift for Grogu. I mean, so what if he, like, puts on his little chainmail armor and becomes a Jedi? I mean, this stuff is supposed to be able to, like, repel, lightsaber attacks. So it'd be a good thing for him to have. It's a nice little gift. Luke being the jerk. You have to choose. You have to choose me or him. Yeah. For story progression, of course he's going to choose Mando. And Jedi stuff. Thought it was pretty cool though that he had Yoda's lightsaber.
Murdoch says, yeah, some of the YouTubers say Mandu exactly.
Yeah. I mean, plot point wise, whenever they have the next Mandalorian season, Grogu has become part of the
Murdoch
Mandalorian,
says,
so it's going to
plus
be
he
in
can
there.
then ride in Mandu's bubble on his new ship.
Yeah, he's got a place. See? It's foreshadowing. Is that little bubble thing supposed to be like a R2 unit or something place? Or I mean, on the the racer
Murdoch
bike
says,
or something.
yes.
Like in episode 1 when like a little Anakin had the exact same ship as like his racer. Or something like it as a racer. It was something, it looked like it. It had that little bubble thing, I think.
Murdoch says, correct, same ship.
Same ship. They doing that on purpose for nostalgia reasons.
Murdoch says, Mandu has some upgrades though.
Yeah, he can go pretty fast in that sucker. I don't like the fact though that it's a small ship. I mean, okay, he's a bounty hunter, right? Basically a bounty hunter. That's what his profession is, aside from like Mandalorian stuff. That's how he makes his money. Well, he sometimes uses carbonite to freeze people. That's what he did in his Razor Crest ship. But he doesn't have room for that in this other ship. If anything, he needs a bigger ship to put that ship in. Sure, it's fast and all, but it's not really roomy. I mean, his other ship, at least he could sleep in it. You know, park somewhere and sleep. This one, he's got to park it, then go find somewhere to sleep. And that grinds my gears a little bit. But whatever. I mean, they've got a plan. And poor Mando, he's got to like go to the lava pits of some place or whatever on Mandalore to get his honor back because he removed his helmet. Ooh. Hey Carl, where you been? And you know, like, okay, the dark saber, right? It can only be like it's only worth something if certain person had it and they got defeated in battle, and it just moved itself down the line to people who got defeated by like a Mandalorian person, right? Well, if Moff Gideon had it and then Mando beat him for it, doesn't that means that Mando really isn't like a royalty figure to have it? Why is this not working? Okay. So anybody that challenges Mando is not really challenging anybody for the right to have it anyway, because it's not going to be passed down through honor. It's just going to be passed down because it's passed down. I mean, to me, it would be like a Mandalorian owning it, whoever had it first, like a royalty or whatever. Because Moff Gideon just stole it, you know, pretty much. If I remember correctly, I don't know. When stuff it takes too long in between stuff, I kind of forget details. But or didn't he? He somehow got it away from what's her name, right? Katie. I mean, I can't think of her name on there. Katie Sackhoff. That's who she is in real life. She has no thyroid. She has to take medicine every day.
Murdoch says, I wish the episties were longer.
Well, they say like 50-something minutes on some of them, but they just don't seem that long. It's like the end credits are like 20 minutes long. And some of them are like 30-something. And there being only one more episode of Boba Fett, I mean, it better be worth it. I mean, like, long enough. Got old red-eye Clint Eastwood on there. And what's the deal with Star Wars and spice? I thought that was a Dune-only thing.
Murdoch says, Red-Eye Dingus.
Red-itis? If you were someone you know. He took out the town folk
Murdoch
there.
says, yeah, I know the spice, it's like cross-universe.
Yeah, in it in Dune, it's like use to power ships or something like that. Versus in Star Wars, it's like a drug or whatever. But it's like the same name or whatever.
Murdoch says, I don't remember spice coming up in the original Star Wars.
Me either.
Murdoch says, maybe it was.
I mean, I don't think George Lucas had it in mind as a drug or whatever. And I think, I mean, those fish people, whenever they had that, the crate, you know, that dude told him to leave that there or whatever. And he just dumps it over and it's nothing but sand. Well, in Dune universe, the spice looks like sand. So, what if it kind of is from the same universe? But Dune was first before Star Wars having spice, so it means they ripped off
Murdoch
Dune.
says, both have sandworms, sort of.
That's true, yeah. It's the same kind of sandworms, in a way. I mean, they have those teeth. When Boba Fett decided he was going to kill, or whatever, she decided she was going to kill that son of a bitch. He's like down there, you know, and then he goes looking for his armor. I mean, yeah. Boba Fett. Crazy, man. You crazy, man. You crazy. Mm-hmm. I just wonder why they... I haven't read anything or looked up anything about why they decided to forego 2 of episodes of Boba Fett to just have the Mandalorian only. It's nice to see the Mandalorian, see what he's been up to and all that, but to take away from, I want to say, someone else's series, you know? Sure, in the Mandalorian, Boba Fett showed up and all this kind of stuff, but it didn't focus specifically on him, like, you know, and stuff. But whatever, I don't know. That's why I wish there were more episodes of Boba Fett. Because all you kind of see him doing is just like laying in his tank, healing, and then sitting at a table. That's about it. That's all you see Boba Fett doing. Bring me more chicken equivalent. I am
Murdoch
Boba
says,
Fett.
Bantha tank.
Yeah. It's like, I am Boba Fett. They couldn't have used one of those tanks on Darth Vader. Or was that what they actually did use on Darth Vader? To get him as healed as possible. I don't know. They sure are using the hell out of that swear word, dang farragut, or whatever it's called.
Murdoch says, Luke used one, yeah, same thing.
Puke Skystalker. Yeah, they did do a pretty okay job of CGI Luke. He was okay. Then again, he's supposed to be like aged a little bit more too, right? Like getting older, so they'll Mark Hamill him a little bit more here and there. I mean, not even letting Mando see Grogu. Been strict there. And Grogu's memories. He's just remembering to be a Jedi.
Murdoch says, well, they needed Ahsoka or whatever her name is to be older so she knew his father. Murdoch says, Anakin.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they do mention that, something about, she said something to Luke about his father. Oh, Luke did the whole running and jumping through the swamps thing again. And I kept thinking, when I watched that like flip or whatever, I thought about the bad lip reading video, and I run and jump. I can wear a backpack while you
Murdoch says, ain't that something?
Yeah, it was funny. It was hilarious to me. He did it's the same looking flip from the movie. I don't know if you've ever like watched those bad lip reading videos, but they're hilarious. The seagulls one, I think, is it. You run and run and run and jump. I could be your backpack while you run. Hang from a swinging vine. I could be your backpack while you climb. Stand on one hand to live. Ships with your mighty gift. Old Grogu learned how to jump up and down. He learned how to leap like a frog. Then he killed that machine and he got tired because he used his force, you know, and every time he uses the force, he takes a nap. It just wears him completely out. Grogu destroys the little droid thing that's firing at him. Luke's like, good job. I'm thinking, now what? Gonna go like build a new one? What the fuck? You know how much that cost? I seriously thought that like inside of that little handkerchief for Grogu's armor was just gonna be like a little ball. With the one he had on Mando's ship. And it's amazing that they turned that huge spear into that little tiny garment of chainmail. Where's the rest of it? Or a little Grogu with the Mandalorian helmet, you know, that'd be kind of cool. Of course, he's going to be like a small little guy, like forever anyway. I mean, the way that Yoda's people age. I mean, Mando, he'll be like a, what, an old grandpa, barely able to like get out of bed or whatever. By the time Grogu's like an inch taller or whatever. It's really got to suck for Yoda's people, because usually, like, in most alien type cultures that you see on like movies and stuff, the alien will grow up, you know, to be an adult at a certain point, and then like the aging process will slow down, and they'll stay like a young adult forever. Versus like with Grogu, it's like, you know, Yoda's species, just they're like an infant for 300 years or whatever. You know, toddler, and then like I don't know, like the growth factor, you know, dogs versus man type situation. How many years equals what in Yoda years? Like if Baby Yoda or whatever, or Grogu, is 40 years old, and he's only like the equivalent of a 2-year-old or something, then he's maybe like a 3-year-old, I would say. Like physically. So that'd be like a 10.5 to 1
Murdoch
ratio.
says, it's like 50 is teenager and 100 is a young adult, I think.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's really vulnerable though to that species, you know, to have to be watched forever. But maybe Grogu can jump around. I mean, now whenever he would go out with Mando, he'll be able to like keep up with him. I did like how like Luke wasn't really waiting for Grogu to walk. He just kind of like force lifting him up and pushed him forward. It's like Grogu doesn't want to grow up. You know, he wants to stay in that innocent stage and not really have like do any kind of violence or anything. He just wants to be, you know, who he is.
Murdoch says, yeah, it's gonna look silly like Grogu is just gonna be flying around.
Yeah, he'd be just hovering, holding a cup of coffee or whatever. I say, come on, Grogu, and like a few hops like a frog. Just odd because he loves to eat frogs, or one-eyed frogs. And the whole point of like Luke pulling the frogs out of the water and just to have them float there in front of Grogu, what was that about? I mean, it's like, hey, look what I can do, you know? You're like, you bastard, showing off your shit. I wonder who did the voice of Luke. Because, you know, Mark Hamill's, he's older, so I think he may have done like the voice in the last episode of The Mandalorian that
Murdoch
was
says
there.
it was AI.
Yeah, the voice, or I know that it was a type of deep fake for the face, but I don't know about
Murdoch
the voice.
says both.
Both? B-O-L-T-H? CGI Luke. Puke Skystalker. Styfalker. Styfalker. Peter Falk is a Jedi. Peter Falk. He can be Obi-Wan. And there's supposed to be like an Obi-Wan series coming
Murdoch
out.
says, like we hear the crapotics voices from phone calls, but imagine the top-of-the-line computer voice software.
So you can like download Luke's voice. Does Mark Hamill get any kind of royalties then? My ship, my ship, my ship, blinking. Man, that was a bit lazy. Those
Murdoch says
robots
it
building
was a Disney
stuff.
creation. They ain't gonna give away the secrets.
That's right. What we really don't know is that they've de-aged Mark Hamill, and gave him that adrenochrome or whatever, and made him young again. And now they keep him cryogenically frozen until they need him
Murdoch
for the Mandalorian.
says he wishes.
He wishes, yeah. Well, Mark Hamill's got some breathing issues these days. Guess all those times playing the Joker just screwed him up. I don't know.
Murdoch says, all that crack.
All of it? I guess eventually they'll like have Leia on there. I just love the fact that I forgot that I was watching a Boba Fett episode whenever I was watching The Mandalorian. Because I was kind of upset, like, when The Mandalorian Season 2 ended, and then they said, oh, here, Boba Fett's coming. I'm thinking, what about Season 3, Damn. Because I like watching this. It's pretty good.
Murdoch says, yeah, I agree. I don't like how they are doing that.
So maybe in Season 3 of The Mandalorian, they'll have Boba Fett and they're doing something. When Boba Fett sets his mind on one thing, he stays with that, like, forever.
Murdoch says, my only thought on it is it's possible Boba Fett turns out to be in a hole again, so screw him.
He's gonna go back into a hole. It's like his ultimate fate. Every time you see Boba Fett, like, he does some stuff and then all of a sudden he gets sucked into some sort of hole for a while.
Murdoch says, I mean an asshole.
Yeah, he's got to announce who he is all the time, too. Do you know who I am? You're like, yeah, I am Boba Fett. Okay. I am Boba Fett. Yeah, you already said that. But I'm Boba Fett. Uh-huh, yeah. Good for you, buddy. Let's tell a droid that deactivates himself that we're Boba Fett so that we can make everything happier. It's like if he doesn't have his armor, he thinks nobody knows who he is. And it's Jango Fett's armor anyway, and Boba being a clone, an unmodified clone of Jango. I am Boba Fett. Oh, shut up. But Boba Fett gained some weight when he was in that worm. Mm-hmm. He got him a beer belly. Just odd, like, you watch the original Star Wars and you see the actor that played him is like a thin guy, not super skinny, but you know, thin, relatively thin. And then they replaced the dude's voice, right? So now the guy's not even like credited for having a voice in the damn movie. Then they completely like swapped him out, you know, physically with somebody else now, you know. I mean, when Boba Fett doesn't have his armor on, he just looks like this old monk or whatever that's running around with beer gut. Like a Samoan guy, I don't know. Apparently he is that, though, that actor dude in real life, but... Okay, it's about to jump back to red, people. Pipe. Okay, Barney. Y'all help him whenever it happens. I'm gonna go over here. Because nobody's paying attention. I mean, how does what's her name eat? You know, I can't. It's May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Whatever her name is, I can't ever damn remember. I mean, anyway, you know, her guts get like all mangled and stuff, so they replace it with, you know, machinery and pistons and all this, and there she is like eating something and swallowing it. I'm thinking, digesting it how? Maybe I'm looking too far into it, I don't know. I mean, she got lacerated down there, so he takes her to like a modification guy, and the guy just guts her completely. Installs all this like hardware. Huh? How about just sew up the problem or whatever? Stitch it up here or there. You got stitches, dude. Adds modifications to people. What the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. Yay? Ah, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. I don't know. Maybe I'm analyzing a little bit too much into the show. Suspend your disbelief. That's what you're supposed to do. I love how they keep trying to throw like original Star Wars stuff in our face, like the whole time we're watching any of it. You know, like a R2D2, of course, he's going to be there, but then they have the other R2 units that get thrown around, trashed up, and like, you know, and then a C3PO equivalent running around going, oh, nostalgia, you know. Little hints here and there of stuff and the funny things that George Lucas added later on to his Star Wars, like frogs eating other bugs and frogs and being goofy in front of the camera. I mean, it fits well with like the original Star Wars feel, you know, but or the feel that it came with later, the remastered feelings. Now all we're missing is like, let's see, who else is there? Or like Millennium Falcon or whatever. What the fuck? Let's put that in there. Harrison Ford, get your ass back into Star Wars. No. No me no Star Wars, you. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Zeros in a half shell. Turd hole power. Stir up some shit. I was at the bottom of the pool. I don't recall how long. I guess I need to rewatch some Star Wars, but I don't know what version to damn watch anymore. The Peter Jackson version. The Snyder cut of Star Wars. The love affair between a brother and his sister. We can have a Game of Thrones type situation. Leia and Luke have a kid together, and that kid rules the Game of Thrones people. Dun 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 dun. And he's got like the Ultra Force or something like that, where he skins himself alive. I don't know. Hamburger, cheeseburger, hamburger, cheeseburger.
Murdoch says, or they combine Star Wars with Dune and then with Star Trek.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, what was it? J.J. Abrams already put like R2-D2 in both Star Trek or movies that he came out with anyway. And the whole like thing about it is in the Star Trek universe, Star Wars is a good movie set, so somebody made a real droid that actually did all that kind of stuff in the movie in the Star Trek universe. Yeah. And that's why we see a droid. According to that. According to Bill. But according to Roy, that's not right at all. Press fist into anus, collect $5. A famous. Phoenix. Dear Phoenix. I don't think I like you anymore. You used to watch me shave. Now you do stare at the floor. Oh dear penis, I don't like you anymore. Used to be you and me, a paper towel and a dirty magazine. That's all we needed to get by. But now things have changed, and I think that you're the one to blame. I got to take notes today. Yay. Yeah, get out there you go. Get that out, because you know you can't fight it without it. Can't win a fight without that ball lightning, can you? Piece of shit. Our store is getting a remodel of what they call NCI. I don't understand it. It's supposed to be like Bed Bath Beyond type junk in the tiny shelves or something. Anyway, they have this 3-day thing planned out. The store's going to be open, and there's going to be people in there like moving shit around and getting in everybody's way and all that crap. And We're gonna be there working longer hours for some stupid reason. Like just shelf systems moving, picking up this, moving this over here. So today, the merchandiser, who's in charge of the remodel, came in to talk to the manager or whoever. And I said the manager's not here, just me, you know. And so they needed like an hour of my time, so we walk around the store and they would tell me what they're gonna change and what they're gonna like upgrade this, do this, what's gonna be needed to do that, you know, blah blah blah, whatever. And I had to take notes about what they were saying, write it down so that everyone understands. And I'm the world's worst about taking notes because I never did that in school, really. If it does concern me, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, even though I do work there, I don't feel like it concerns me to really know all this stuff. I mean, are they paying me more for it? No, they're not. So what the fuck? I mean, but it seems pretty straightforward.
So what is the concern?
Congratulations.
I was AFK.
It's not a
Murdoch
concern.
says, had to get nose spray.
Nose spray? Dude, I put some of that out today on the shelf. Been a lot of people buying it. The Afrin nose spray and the off-brand version.
Murdoch says, I like Cinex.
Yeah, that one sells out pretty fast too. They changed the container on that, or the box color. It's like green now. It was like a red or orange color. I don't
Murdoch
take anything.
says that in Flonase.
Flonase! It's one of them little tiki pots or whatever it is, you know, where you just pour like salt solution water or whatever you know and let it drain out. Or do like me, just swallow the snot. Let it drain in the back of your throat all day long and make you gag till you throw up. It's one of my new things now. Every morning, just cough,
Murdoch
gag,
says,
gag, vomit.
Cinex also makes a salt water spray that is good.
We have nothing else. Nothing. Ball sack. Whatever, okay. Admiralty. This is like trailing along really slowly. But I'm off tomorrow. I watched the movie Alone last night. After I watched Boba Fett. It's got Tyler Posey that played in Teen Wolf. And it's about this zombie outbreak that happens in this, you know, world or whatever, and it starts off like, you know, people bleeding from the eyes, and then they, whatever their last words that they said or sentence, they continuously repeat it over and over and over while they're zombies, and they're the fast running zombies too, so they're not real slow. And the movie is basically like him by himself in his apartment for like, I'd say maybe 3/4 of the movie, where he's like making a video log, a vlog of his day and all this stuff that's happening and whatnot. Then he finds out that there's this girl that lives across the way of where his apartment building's at, and she's there alone too. So then they communicate and all that good bullshit. Yay. Okay, I can't find anything here. That's just too high. Look at that, 215. Well, let's see. We'll kickstart it with this. But it was just a movie, just junk movie. I've been trying to like milk up as much as I can on the whole Amazon Prime thing while I can. I'm just running out of things to watch on it that are interesting, because I want to watch Amazon Prime only stuff. You know, none of that stuff that says free on Amazon Prime or whatever. And you get on there and it says, as long as you subscribe to this. No. Free is free. You say free, I say free. And dude, like trial versions and stuff. You know, when it says 30-day trial. Well, I want it to be like, you know, hey, if you turn this on and you use it, the timer starts. You turn it off, you stop using it, that timer stops for 30 days. Like, you know, going like that. Versus once you like install it or use it or whatever or view it, it just keeps going like 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way to 30. You're like, okay, well, it's over. You only use like 5% of it. No.
Murdoch says, just make sure you cancel on Amazon subs and you won't get charged.
Yeah, I plan on doing that like on February 14th, because the 15th is supposedly like the last day of it. I just hope, like, I've always like had this concern, like, what if you subscribe to something and then it's not that you forget, but something happens to where you're taken away from like being ready to like cancel it, and then all of a sudden, bam, you know. Or like, what if someone dies that subscribed to something? What do? Like, keep charging the card? Like, well, we charged them for 6 months worth of viewing. We thought they were still watching. No, they've been dead.
Murdoch says, I am referring to things like Showtime or CBS or HBO that you can watch through Amazon. If they say 30-day trial, just make sure you go to account, subscriptions and cancel it.
Ah. Yeah, I don't go too far into that. I missed Hulu being free. That was so great. Because I want to watch Letterkenny. There's a fiver. 60. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. And we'll do that too to get it out of the way. Good deal, Lucille. Okay. Alright. Okay. We did that right there. We're going to go over here now. Did we do Delta or this? Yes, Delta is done. Nakura. We're going to continue with that. Just because I don't know why. We just are. Okay, change character. So how far on your Klingon recruit that you had before are you, like, on its not qualifications, but its achievements and collectibles and all that kind of stuff? Because I'm gonna have to start from scratch with that, I'm guessing, and play episodes of bullshit that I don't want to do.
Murdoch says, halfway, maybe a bit more.
It would be nice to be able to exchange some of that out for some marks, though. You know, doing that just for the marks, but I don't know if I can sit through doing all those missions again. I mean, I went through like the majority of all of them under one character, and some of them were as boring as hell. You couldn't skip them back then. Now you can, which is great. But I guess it being Klingon, it'll have its own stuff. Like, when I remember, like, playing Ushanka when I first started, I made her, I had to, like, do the Klingon story arc and all that.
Murdoch says, I have been putting together some nice ground builds on a few characters. I like making them a bit different. Murdoch says, some of them are OP.
Some of them are OP. Yeah, you know me. Open pocket. Open pussy. OPP. Original Pangus. Ah, my gosh, they've gotten stuck. This whole door thing is really annoying as hell. Let me go get them real quick. As soon as the door closes and they're not in like visual range, they just stop coming and just stand there. It's a glitch. They added it to the game. A feature. Okay. Alright, come on. Come on, you maggots. Come through the door. Come through the damn door. Oh, God. This is annoying as hell. So now they're finally behind me. I don't know what they had to change in
Murdoch
Dyson
says, I got that suit from last event for my KDF Gemhooder.
The suit. What suit?
Murdoch says, now I don't have to look at his ugly face.
You got a mask for him? So cover up that ugly face of yours, Jedi. I'll tell you what they need
Murdoch
to do. It's
says,
like
Emerald Chain.
Emerald Chain. It's like armor. Like King Arthur armor. I wish I could make him wear a hat. I mean, you can wear a hat, but you can't wear it under certain clothing
Murdoch
style.
says, yeah, but I'm only using it for the vanity.
Vanity? For the vanity. You're just ruining the guy. For the vanity. Jumping helps for nothing reasons. Indeed. Christopher Judge stars
Murdoch
as
says,
Teal'c.
actually I'm using it now but getting spores for the Discovery armor.
Armor. Discovery. Ooh, why didn't I ever start that up? That's stupid of me. I need to go to the lobby store or lobby store one day and get another one of these weapons for Carter. Oh yeah? Well, I'm gonna fire at you anyway when you're invisible. Because O'Neill loves this weapon. He loves it. It's like an Intar from Stargate. It looks like it's a rifle from the modern times or whatever, or present day, but it shoots bolts of red light. And he likes that. I'm going to turn those guys on for no reason. And we're going to run really fast over here. What kind of shields do I have for this character? What kind of shield I got? 460 at epic level Dyson. Okay. Whoa, man. Whoa. Whoa, dude. Hello. Whoa. So if I got the hostile environment shield, which allows 20% or plus 20% running, that would be like, what is it, 468? I think was the shield. Ow, that hurt, man. No, not in the back. Not in the back, man. Not in the back. Waiting for my team to arrive. There they are. It's bad. Yeah, like I can give them like the motion accelerator and I still run faster than them. Guess it's because I got physical conditioning. And I think I got version 2. I'm not sure. Where's it at? Delta. Nope, not version 2 yet. Because version 2 is like level 6 or something. Physical conditioning make you run faster. That one's going to jump start back. Because I thought somebody was over here doing this. I didn't want to take it over. I just wanted to stop them. I wanted some credit for it. Damn it, it's repaired itself. Get out of here and repair yourself. Damn it. You're bad. I want to make Arnold. I mean, I wonder if it's possible, like if the armor's there. Make Commander Arnold and have him come out here and actually do some shit. And give orders. My name's Commander Arnold. I like to sit here and give orders. Damn, everybody showed up. Look at this. Oh, hello. Yes, I've cleared this completely out. You can take care of that and receive all the energy credits. Yes, get all the command credits you can. Yes, since you've been here the whole time. There you go. Good job, guy. You stole half of them. Yes, run along, run along. Leave me with only 10. You better be thankful that I've already got most of them. Hello there. It's already been captured. We're sorry. Everybody camping out okay over there? You need to pitch up a tent, man, or something, dude? There's a beverage here, man. Continue. I was watching Corridor Crew.
Murdoch says, you only have one KDF?
Yes. It's Ushanka. Cancel that one, cancel that one, cancel that one. Fatonia. 64.
Murdoch says, does she need reputation?
Yeah, actually. And I'll be getting to her eventually. Within like 15 minutes.
Murdoch says, let's do some randoms when you get to her.
Roger that.
Murdoch says, so you were watching?
Yes, I was watching something. I forgot what the hell it was. Corridor Crew. Yeah, on YouTube. They have stuntmen react. And there's apparently a movie out or video of Mike Tyson versus Steven Seagal. And I thought, what the fuck? Poor old Steven. He's doing this in a lot of his fake jujitsu or whatever it is he does.
Murdoch says, Steven is a dum-dum.
Yeah. People fall down before they ever get to him. He's that powerful. With one glance of his eye squint, they fall over. Wow now, wow now. Alright, nothing happening there again. What the hell? Okay. We gotta see, we'll just skip through this here.
Murdoch says, he is using some Chinese firm to make bad movies like Sniper and it's super fake.
And Steven Seagal fake? How dare you? My God. You ever seen some of the actual fighting that he's quote unquote done? It's just embarrassing. It's something else. What is it? It's not jujitsu. It's something else that he does. Kenpo or whatever.
Murdoch says, he is fat now.
Yeah, he's pretty hefty. He's got a plastered on skin cap up there too, you know. He like over dyes his hair and all that stuff now. He's still got the squint though. He can still squint with the best of them. And I always hated the fact that a lot of people always said that Jean-Claude Van Damme was fake, that he was just a ballerina dancer. He can actually, you know, he's got good form on his kicks. I gotta say that. I mean, my instructor, whenever I was taking Taekwondo, was always talking about how Jean Van Damme was fake. that he wasn't a martial artist or anything like that. And I kept thinking to myself, you just look at his technique. You can tell that he actually has some training. I mean, even if he may have taken some sort of a ballet type thing to get balance, I mean, football players do the same thing. I never agreed with that, like that whole assessment of, you know, certain ones. Now, Steven Seagal, yeah, that's an obvious one there, but I mean, sure, he may be a master of that, whatever it is. But if he ever got in a real fight, I highly doubt it. I mean, even I think Joe Rogan was ever talking about it one time too. That Steve Seagal would probably get his ass whooped if he ever got in a real fight. Now, if Chuck Norris ever did, though, he'd beat the hell out of anybody because he can really fight. Man, he did the sparring.
Murdoch says, Van Claude Dam is special ops just like in his show. It's all real.
It's all real. Yes. Jean-Claude Van Johnson. He can still do the splits. It's his superpower. That's what he says in that movie, or that TV series. I could use my superpower. And he just does the splits.
Murdoch says, Dam's long vam.
Dam's long vam. Damn van, damn van, damn van, damn. Yeah, sure, he's like washed up, but you know, at least he's poking fun at himself. He's not taking it seriously. He got bad on like alcohol and stuff, you know. And all of his movies were the same movie. There's an unboxing video of Sylvester Stallone unboxing Rambo. Oh, God. Sylvester Stallone. He has had some face surgery.
Murdoch says, unboxing a Pangas.
And he have like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's got his own YouTube channel too now. He just does stuff, you know. It's insane. He was the governor. Now he's just Arnold. DC's Legends of Tomorrow
Murdoch
had
says,
Arnold thing.
Slivester unboxing a 6-foot dong.
6-foot dong. Yeah, he unboxed like the little Rambo guy that was like an 18-inch tall Rambo. And he says, look at the guy. You can tell he's got the attitude of Rambo. There's this, you know that movie Hoodwinked? I've never watched it, but apparently on my YouTube feed, it's got a picture of it, with the little girl with the red hood. And it just looks like Sylvester Stallone to me, the eyes and the mouth. Because, you know, he's got that natural sag because of some sort of, let's see, when he was born,
Murdoch says,
he had nerve damage.
I want to start a business called Booby Tubes.
Booby Tubes? Boob Tubes. We can have that girl, her name's IMV. Or IMB or whatever. IMBEE. She's Australian. And she goes into VR all the time and talks about playing with boobs and stuff. She played that girlfriend simulator game. That's called a porno there, bud. Soprano. The Sopranos. Sopranos.
Murdoch says, so about those Canadians, what do you think is gonna happen? Canada isn't the US, so not sure what rights they have.
Well, I know that they've got the freedom of speech. They have the right to play hockey. You know, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to ask Arctic Knight if he's in, because he's Canadian, you know. So I don't know what all their like document of independence type situation may be for up there. I mean, they've got, you know, it's basically like America in a way, right? Up that way. They go by the same thing. They even have the same monetary type system, even though it's a little different. Let's see. No, he's not watching, according to that. Of course, you can't go by the view list on this thing. I don't know. I think they'll hold off as best they can with it.
Murdoch says, "Yet, but the bureaucracy is being very quiet and not responding to anything."
Yeah. But he would be the one to ask. I mean, he's Canadian. I don't know anything really political about stuff. All I know is when people get ideas in their head about like what they don't want or whatever, or like they don't want to be vaccinated to have to cross the borders or something like that, that's their thing. I mean, if they're not going to do it, they're not going to do it. They're going to strike.
Murdoch says, "Bureaucracy."
Bureaucracy. Yeah, I got what he had said. It's just I read it first before it said it. Read it, I said it, I stole my mom's credit. I'm cool, I'm hot. Sock me in the stomach 3 more times. The spades go down, down, baby, down, down the roller coaster. Street sweeper, baby, street sweep, delectable. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, rock. I wonder if Home Dude like stole that from Big, that rapper guy. Well, how far are we on this capture? I mean, I haven't really looked into all of the stuff that's going on. There goes Dr. Dre, everyone. Dr. Dre, he looks different, but it's him. I haven't like looked into the political part of what's actually going on with them not driving and stuff, and like the actual details, just what
Murdoch
people
says,
have said.
"I bet the Prime Minister is also talking with China and he is gonna roll over all the trucks with tanks and murder everyone with a new Dark Trooper society."
Well, we've got our own like what is it, Star Wars thing, or America Air Space Force, or whatever it is that's the Federation that Trump did. Space Force. And Ronald Reagan, back in his term, was talking about the Star Wars project of the satellite that we apparently have up there in space that could fire a laser beam and destroy the enemy. So we've got that, according to Reagan. Back when he had his mind, but where it was alive, actually. But
Murdoch says, "Yeah, crazy. I always wondered if that even existed."
yeah. I mean, okay, you think about, okay, when Ronald Reagan was in office, he always talked about aliens being real. Of course, he was a Hollywood actor, you know, and he loved to joke and stuff like that too. But when it came down to like serious matters, he was dead serious about aliens, about us not being alone.
Murdoch says, or was just part of the talk to make other side concerned about some sort of bullshit tech.
Yeah. And then he was talking about, like, you know, the Star Wars thing. And then if you watch some footage out there, you actually see, like, I can't remember what footage it was, or how to even find it again. But I remember seeing it, to where one of the astronauts had a camera just, like, out there watching these little orb things or whatnot, and an actual satellite
Murdoch says,
opened up.
"Satellites that can laser missiles, hey."
Well, yeah, or other things, but it's like the satellite actually opened up, and a beam shot out of it toward one of these orb things, or like little sphere-looking things that were in space, and the rest of them just ran, like, scattered after that. So who's to say?
Murdoch
I mean,
says, "That is pretty badass."
yeah, I mean, it could be a thing up there. And then you got Elon Musk. He's got all these like satellites up there
Murdoch
that are like
says,
playing around.
"I hope we do have Star Wars."
But that's, you know, we can only speculate, right?
Murdoch says,
they're not going to tell us
especially with Russian making a pact with China.
I mean, and then the movie like Real Geniuses, they used it to make popcorn. So. I tell you, if you haven't watched the Val Kilmer documentary, it's worth a watch. It was pretty good. And Real Geniuses brought me to thinking about that, because that's a good movie.
Murdoch says, I mean really think about it, let's just say somehow China and Russia get the upper hand and NATO is no more, just think about the world we would be living in. Murdoch says, people sent to gulags and work camps.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work here in the South. I mean, you're in the South. I mean, you're in Texas, and so Texas could secede from the Union and be its own country, and then do whatever you want kind of situation, if that's still an option there for you. But, you know, rednecks are rednecks. I doubt they'd go peacefully. There's like a whole arsenal somewhere out there.
Murdoch says, I mean, yeah, people would fight to the end, but I am talking about Warsaw getting the upper hand and dominating the world.
I don't know anything about Warsaw, other than the fact that it almost has the same word backwards. I mean, I don't keep track of all that stuff. And it's me, like, being ignorant, I suppose. Of course, I'm ignorant of a lot of things. I just want the world to be over. You know, everybody stop fighting. Everybody stop, like, complaining about bullshit. Like, what's it going to take for everyone to just
Murdoch
realize,
says,
holy shit.
Warsaw is Russia, China, and North Korea, and I think Iran.
Oh, as like a together power? Like allies?
Murdoch says, yup.
And our allies are who? Like Canada? And England? The British Empire? Well, we'd have more Mexican allies if we'd let them just run free through here. I mean, dude, I hadn't even been getting like my endeavors, yeah, like I should have been. We can quickly do
Murdoch
that.
says, NATO is US, England, EU, Canada, France, German, and others.
Oh man, if it's German, then damn it. They're gonna bring Hitler back then. Just thaw him out and have him come back or whatever. 999.
Murdoch says, I agree, it's like why can't we just all get along, right?
It would take something galactic in order for everyone to get along. Like something that, say for instance, aliens did exist, and they had this weapon that could just neutralize all forms of like any kind of nukes. They could just cut the power, right? Like no matter what kind of power it is. Just imagine like things are gearing up to be bad, and then all of a sudden you like there's this signal or whatever that spotted some sort of big ship in space, and then all the power of the earth just goes away at once, except for like your TV coming on or your phone or whatever like that, and a message that's universal that everyone can read saying stop your war or whatever like that. There are more important issues or something, you know, to where nobody can do a thing. No, not even like a rifle could be shot, you know. Like they'll just break the physics to where nothing can happen. Maybe even freeze people, you know, in their tracks and stuff. Free will gone type thing. That's what it would have to come down to. For everybody just to...
Murdoch says, well, China wants Taiwan back, but people in Taiwan doesn't want to live under autocracy rule. Ukraine feels the same, but Russia says Ukraine is same blood ties, many relatives, and don't want NATO on border. However, if that is how they feel, then just cause they take Ukraine won't stop them, they will go for Romania next. Murdoch says, why we transferred thousands of troops from Germany to Romania this week.
Oh, not Romania. They're like a normal people, you know. Russia just wants to be a big country again, huh? Like over big country. Would have to be like an act of God. The return of Jesus. That's what this world needs. The return of fake Jesus. I mean, Jesus. The Armageddon needs to hurry the hell up, you know. I know, you always hear about like, you know, our actual end of the world Armageddon stuff in the Bible and things like that, and people being afraid. And they're like Christians and stuff, saying, "Oh, the end's near." Ooh. You're like,
Murdoch says,
"What the hell?"
Well, Romania joined NATO, so if they tried that, it would be on for sure, cause we are obligated by rule of pact with NATO to intervene.
We need Superman. Yes. Someone bring me Kal-El's head. Well, isn't it like predicted anyway within the next 10 years? The surface of the world is like gonna not be able to be habitable.
Murdoch says, but it is sad in a way to watch Ukraine get slaughtered from our ivory towers.
Yeah. Especially since I do have a cousin over there, but that I've never met. They don't even know I exist. Well, they can always seek refuge, I suppose, over here in the United States. I mean, that's refugee status versus just dumping people over here. It's like, well, I've never had a problem with, you know, like say Mexicans climbing over the border or whatever like that to come over here and work. Well, a lot of us here in the United States are lazy and don't work and just want to draw money off the government. So let people come over here and work. If they want to like better themselves and stuff, let it happen. This whole taking jobs thing. Well, do your damn job and you know, work or whatever.
Murdoch says, or Iranians with suitcase nukes coming over the border.
Yeah. They need to have like a thing, right? Here's my whole like thought process about a lot of the terrorists and like Iranian whatever that's associated there. It's
Murdoch
like
says, if the world heats up, it's gonna be an issue.
Yeah. What they should do is take all these politicians that are making up like all this like reason to fight and do all this kind of bullshit. Put them all together in one room. Let them fight it out. Let them fight it out. You know? Instead of like sending innocent people out there and doing whatever with them. Just let the big guys to handle it. Or have everybody agree like a one-on-one wrestling match or some shit. You know. Choose a world leader doing this, or whatever, and whoever wins this. I don't know.
Murdoch says, Bloodsport politician episode.
That's right.
Murdoch
Yes.
says, watch now, live.
Yeah, and then they can like put it on like pay-per-view and like if a bunch of votes get like passed or whatever to who's going to be the fighter, we'll have Joe Biden out there, you know. Like he'll be in the what do you call that? The well, the answering question thing or whatever it is. Yeah.
Murdoch says, we should bring back the T-Rex Dino using DNA science and watch him eat all the Politi science.
Yes, that would be great. I mean, they've got the DNA out there. They could do that shit. That's a damn fact. Or maybe like we just need the Anunnaki to come back and say, "Hey, bullshit. You belong to us, son." I imagine something like that happening. Like What if there's some sort of not so much a kill switch that's like in our DNA that has been put there from like aliens from a long time ago? Just imagine, like all they'd have to do is just like they'll come out and they'll like just snap their fingers or they'll like press a button on something and everyone just stops and they can only just look, you know, because it was like a little factor built into our DNA from them. I don't know.
Murdoch says, Ushanksa baby.
Yushanka. Her name is Yushanka. She's ready for battle. She's Yushanka. They must have been like updating some skin stuff because she's looking a little different. Yes, Yushanka, you look different. Stand to attention, Yushanka. Let's see. We're gonna gear up first for her ground shit that she needs to do.
Murdoch says, I don't see you in Friends.
Really? So she's set to anonymous, yeah, okay. What the hell? I couldn't set it. She should show up now. Here's what we're going to do. Yushanka. What all does she actually have as reputation stuff anyway? Money and discovery marks. What about like her personal shields? 429 and using Sumpac. Ooh, need to upgrade that to tier 4. Fill all that out.
Murdoch says, hey, get the Romulan shield with weapon 2-piece.
Romulan shield with weapons? Is that like in the new Romulus? I don't have anything to prove. Well, I can start it up. Let's see. For some reason...
Murdoch says, then use Discovery Armor and Risen Kit.
For some reason, she doesn't have a lot of marks to start stuff, and I don't understand why not.
Murdoch says, Romulan Operative.
Romulan Operative? Ooh, what are we at? Doing the ground one? Waiting for landing. We are waiting for landing. Does Yushanka need to like look like a Klingon warrior for this? Wonder Shanka. Now the whole world's waiting for you. And the magic you possess. You look like Snake Eyes off of G.I. Joe. Stop from the code. What the actors fold.
Murdoch says, this ground build is pretty OP. Murdoch says, so will go well.
She is Yushanka. Ooh, I can do the phaser thing right quick. Ground phaser stuff with this fake sniper rifle. Yushanka.
You have 15 seconds to disable the other
Oh, we're already doing that. Okay.
simultaneously.
Simultaneously. Oh, you're doing that one. Okay. Someone's doing that one. Where's another one?
The devices are resetting. Synchronize and try again.
We'll try again.
Shutdowns at the... You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian
You
devices.
have 15 seconds. You have 15 seconds. Nobody over here this one? What the hell? Oh, no. Okay, you're over. Someone's... Okay, they're just...
The heralds are activating a new set
Harold?
of devices.
Harold's that you, Harold?
To the next area.
Where you at, Harold? You over there, Harold? Harold. Boy, his name's Harold. Damn. Who's Char? Defiler. Makes him sound like he plays in shit all day. Shunka. Yeah, it's that default music in the background I haven't heard in a while.
You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian
What the
devices.
hell? I thought one's always supposed to be over there. What the hell? What in the hell? What in the hell?
The devices are resetting. Synchronize and try again.
Damn it!
Initiate shutdowns at the same time. You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
Simultaneously. What is? Was that you doing that to make them to knock them down? That sound?
The devices are resetting.
Damn it!
Synchronize and try again.
Fuck!
Initiate shutdowns
Murdoch
at the same
says,
time.
yeah.
Shit! Shite! Okay, this is one of the devices. Why is there no like thing to activate it?
You have 15 seconds
Okay.
to disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
Simultaneously. Dude, they're probably going to be bringing back Quantum Leap,
Heralds are activating a new set of devices.
like rebooting
Proceed
it.
to that location.
Dun, 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 dun. Do 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 do.
You have 15 seconds to disable the other two
15
Iconian
seconds to
devices
kill all these
simultaneously.
robots. 15 seconds to kill robot. You will die, robot.
The devices are resetting. Synchronize and try again. Initiate shutdowns at the same time.
I hate having to use a weapon I don't like. Oh, these are constructs. What is that thing that someone used before during the Halloween thing that like could kill a construct to like just knock it down?
Simultaneously.
That was awesome. Whatever that was awesome. I can run. I can do this. Okay.
The devices are resetting. Synchronize and try
That's
again.
not fair. It's just too
Initiate
fast.
shutdowns at the same time. You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
The button keeps going away. Okay.
The Heralds are activating a new set of devices.
The
We
Herald.
need to move to the next area.
Herald this and herald that. Why in the world does Harold live kind? I should have just like used this phaser thing for Archer and just
You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices.
disable your ass. You have 15 seconds to insert penis into anal hole.
The devices are resetting.
Yeah.
Synchronize and try again.
Oh my
Initiate
god,
shutdowns
man.
at the same time.
There's Sam.
15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
Simultaneously. I keep clicking on it, 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 I keep clicking on it.
A Herald leader is here. Stop it before it can break into the Great Hall.
Ushanka! I know you, Shanka, I know. You don't like using this weapon, I understand. You would rather have a Klingon Batleth or the Ferengian weapon thing. Oh, this way, okay. Blah. Spin in circles, clicking until we find a target. Okay. He did, he did, he died. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, okay.
The Heralds are driven back.
Iconian resistance mark package. Let's get the fleet one. Gonna pass on that gas. Leave them up in there. Ushanka. We must change outfit back to Ushanka. There we go. Here comes Ushanka. She running again. Running again.
Murdoch says, that was the Hurricane Wave device.
The Hurricane Wave device? Hurricane Rana. The luchadors or something like that. Ushanka.
Murdoch says, when you finish some of your ground stuff we can run another.
Yeah, I gotta get the ground thing over with. I need to bring back my the lithium farming. 'Cause whenever I was sick, I was just like getting on here and doing the whole like, you know, refining and then just leaving the character. Well, Shanka. Don't worry, Shanka. We almost done with this weapon. Yes, we get an endeavor. Well, Shanka. Chapped. God. I like weapons that like
Murdoch
rapid
says,
fire.
I just run randoms and have plenty of dilithium, especially when you get the 30k bonus at tier 5 is nice.
Tier 5? I've never really gotten a whole lot of dilithium or anything like that from TFOs. The fuck off. The TFOs? Where is it at? Farandon Fangs or whatever they are. These things are great. They're great. I need to get Ushanka an actual weapon. Like a Klingon weapon, because she's using a Borg plasma one right now. I want to get her a disruptor weapon.
Murdoch says, it's not from TFOs, it's from doing your reputation, but TFO powers the rep with marks.
Oh, you mean like converting them over? Like I do with the dilithium or the marks from Dyson? Inventory full my ass. I hate that inventory full shit. Let's see. Polaron. She's not doing Polaron. She's doing like Disruptor, I think, for their ship. Yeah, Disruptor. Disruptor. Care.
Murdoch says, no, just using your marks to do reputation Dallas is all. When you hit tier 5 you get 30k bonus dill.
Tier 5. Like of your reputations every time you do the 340? Or is it 320?
Murdoch says, on many of the factions yes.
Because I know like whenever I do these reputations, you know, I'll get those going or whatever like that. This 340, after a while, it's like you can do 3 in a day or something. Or if you max out the specializations, those are great for that. Which I need to actually look at Ushanka's skills and stuff for the specializations. 27, yeah, I haven't done a damn thing with those. I could probably actually do some stuff with her if I paid attention. I need to devote time to each character.
Murdoch says, but just putting in the marks for the daily reputation also adds up in general. Ah, damn it. I just realized something.
came from the TFO and my guys didn't
Murdoch
show up.
says, the problem with what you're doing is, you're not progressing through your reputations.
Yeah, I've recently started doing that for
Murdoch
most of these
says,
characters.
reputations get you lots of stuff.
That I throw away. Dude, I can't. Okay, I don't have my people. That's what's wrong here. Damn, I hate these swarmers. Let me summon them. What is it? Phil. There we go. Now, this ought to be a little easier. Yeah, I don't understand, like, you know, since I do the recruits and everything like that, I get the lithium, or not the lithium, the marks from that to progress some of the reputations. But for some reason, Ushanka can't get those, the marks from anything. I don't understand. I can get it from my Jim Hadar and all that kind of stuff, and the Delta and whatnot, but I can't get it for her. I mean, that's why she doesn't have
Murdoch
any.
says, wait, what?
Wait, what? Yeah, you recruit people. You know, like your temporal recruit, your Delta recruit, all this stuff. I mean, whenever you get the rewards from it, your other characters can collect on those rewards too, by going to your temporal agent on either Kronos or the ESD. But for some reason, I can't. Ushanka doesn't have any.
Murdoch says, you're not getting marks?
Yeah, she's unable to get the special marks. So I have
Murdoch
to.
says, did you not get marks after the last TFO?
No, I got those marks, yes. But
Murdoch
I mean,
says, special marks?
yeah, like from your what is it? You recruit people, you know. You can cash in on all those marks. I mean, I did that for all of my my
Murdoch
alternates.
says.
Like, okay, for
Murdoch
instance.
says, Doff stuff?
No. Your like temporal agent, your Delta recruit, your Jim Hadar recruit, all those people. You know how you can you get the little level up thing, the little transponder or whatever that shows you your progress in your recruit and the little bonuses and rewards you get for your recruit. Well, you can also share those bonuses across the account with your alternate characters. They can cash in on those. And for some reason, I can do that for everyone except Ushanka. I can go to Kronos and it'll be empty for her. Like, she can't access it. Or the last time I tried, it wouldn't work. I think you have to go to like the Great Hall, and there's a temporal agent Klingon standing there. You go talk to him, and it'll show you like what you can unlock from whatever.
Murdoch says, you have to go to the KDF one yet.
But I've done that with her, and I've not been able
Murdoch
to get
says,
any of them.
Try again sometime, I want to see.
Yeah, I'll do that here in a moment. But most of any ones that I've gotten for her have come from just TFOs, like the marks and stuff, because I can't cash in, and that's why her reputation system is lower than most of the
Murdoch
players.
says,
Where the hell is
maybe
it?
it's cause she is KDF, I dunno. I think I was able to get mine on KDF.
Yeah, I don't know. But I was able to dump them a lot of the prizes or the rewards off onto the other characters I have, no problem, you know. I mean, that's how I got Archer so built up, you know, so fast. It was just those. Of course, he himself is a temporal recruit too, but he had to re-earn all his again.
Murdoch says, I would put in a ticket on that. Are you sure you didn't already claim them on her?
If I had already claimed them, I would have gone through the reputation system. Like, for instance, here's what I have. Undine, Delta, Terran. and then Dyson, of course. And this is not from getting any of that. This is from just doing TFOs and stuff like that. Like where's the Undine one? It's like species something or another. Why don't they just call the damn thing Undine? I can start that one up for this one. But I've just been doing TFOs to get these marks
Murdoch
versus
says,
anything else.
maybe you claimed them then threw them in the trash compactor.
That could have happened. I'm bad about just discarding stuff because, I mean, they can like show up in here as like, you know, the icons, you got to click on them to make them work, but and then Delta. See, why does it, okay, it stopped right there because I had to get Delta marks. That's why that one stopped. But most of these marks, like the Terran one, that's whenever I was using her to, we were playing the patrols or whatever, and that's when I kept getting Terran marks for her.
Murdoch says, so while it's nice to claim the boxes, the majority of reputation still comes from what you earn in TFOs.
Yeah. Let's see, Undine, Romulan, Nukara. I can get back on the, okay, so that's finally going. Okay, where am I at on this request? Please
Murdoch
be,
says,
it's only 33%.
but I would put in a ticket on that.
I think it's
Murdoch
the Ushanka
says,
character.
that kind of sucks.
Yeah, because usually what you can do, like, you know, with the recruit people and stuff, you can get all the marks and every one of these will have something. Like, you can choose something from all of them. But I have 0 of some and of the others and stuff. God, I need to change instance so I can get some credits or some shit. Well, the Rex battle, 1, 2, 1, 2. That should be 1, 2, 3. So the Rex battle should be coming up soon for this one. That's good. So let me get over there to that position. If the allies are actually winning. And then their outskirts. I think it's Ushanka that's the one that does that on. Because I went to, one day I just went to like claiming crazy, you know, like claiming the same ones for each character. And for one, it showed that they were all grayed out. And I was like, why is it all grayed out? It doesn't make any sense. 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. That one changed. Okay, one more. Come on. Allies are winning. That one should pop blue, and then the rest of it should unlock. Oh, that one just changed. Dude, I could have got some of those. I was in a hurry. In a hurry to be slow. There we go. Why don't y'all stand there and get killed? A good idea, everybody. Good idea. A little bit more damage and I'll run away. Okay. That should be enough to get credited for that. Stop shooting, damn it. Somebody need a lot of firecracker up her ass. Bonk. Bonk. Ooh, that one's almost dead. Come on. If I can get about maybe 6 shots out, that might count for a full kill. Yes. I need to get these Faradon things out and like attack nothing or something so I can run fast. Request reinforcements. Reinforcements. Ooh, that got captured. Good deal. City. I'm trying to get everybody up on the Gamma and Delta. If I get this tier 6 of Delta, that's going to be physical conditioning rank number 2, which is more speed and, you know, running faster. And then get the Gamma up all the way to 6, and you get the little runabout version 2, or the rank number 2. And it can fire on the Rex from far away, giving you more of an advantage. If it's in the proper spot, I noticed. Thanks to Bob McKinley. The other day, before I got back on here, Bob McKinley
Murdoch
was
says, get M.
Bob McKinley was on as his Dean Winchester and all that kind of stuff. And that's a heck of an erection you got there, sir. I was under my Archer character, and I just hovered like over his name, and he was like looking at all my characters and stuff. Thought that was funny, because he had never seen my Archer character. I didn't say anything either, because I didn't feel like talking. Okay. I need to change instance over to get some more command credits.
Murdoch says, how could he see your characters?
I was standing right next to him. We were capturing the same area, and I saw his 3 there: Dean, Sam, and Bobby from his Winchester, his supernatural characters that he has, which are pretty
Murdoch says,
cool.
how is this person?
Bob McKinley?
Murdoch
he's
says,
all right.
who?
Apparently he's good. I haven't asked him about his cancer or anything like that, but he's the guy that told me about the runabout thing, like the little thing you can do on here, where you're over at the transporter for the city, and you just get near
Murdoch
the edge.
says, someone from chat?
No, someone from inside the game that I've talked to a lot on Dyson Sphere.
Murdoch says, oh okay.
Yeah, Bob McKinley. He's got about a bunch of characters and stuff that are pretty cool. He's got a Dean and Sam Winchester with Bobby Singer and all that. He hangs out on the Dyson Sphere, or he used to hang out a lot on it until people started using ball lightning and crap. But he told me about the little helpful hint about having the runabout over here, you know.
Murdoch says, guilty as charged LOL.
Yeah. Like if the Rex is right there in the center, you can stand right here, summon the runabout without clicking on the Rex, and it'll start shooting the Rex, and you can just run off and like go back through the transporter or the teleporter or whatever, and go about your day, you know, shooting the rest of the Rex and things like that.
Murdoch says, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it gives you full credit for the kill if it gets enough damage off on it. So rank 2 is the best one because it's farther away and can damage more. So I've used that a few times, and it's thanks to him, because then you can like, you just have that attacking the Rex, and you just run off and like attack the other 2, and you can get full credit for it, and sometimes like 10,000 dilithium every time. I've only ever gotten like 10,000 about twice. That's you gotta like be right into the fight though. But the ball lightning thing keeps you from getting that, because people go in and they start using it, and it gives you just fewer shots to shoot to get more credit for it. That's why I don't like that ball lightning shit. Because everybody can like, you sit there and you like shoot the Rex, you know, a few times, like a minute or so each, and you can get like a bunch of dilithium. But if you only get so many shots off, you just get credited for just being in the fight, and you don't get a lot. It is cold. I wonder what the temperature is. Whoops. Damn it. 30 degrees it says on Windows. Zhunka. Kagan. Everybody usually gets rid of Kagan. I keep him.
Grim.
Brothers Grimm. How grim is it? It's grim, I tell you, it's grim. Grim. Let's see, how many credits does Shanka have? She's got 66,000 fleet credits and some marks. So I could probably get something for her ship eventually. She's already got 2 of those. Rygar. Wonder why it shows normal. You will lower your pants and prepare to be bloated.
Repair the transformers. Stop them.
Or else I'll get my mother on you. I'll go tell Supreme Leader on your ass. Am I firing weapons or am I just standing there? What the hell? I can't tell if I'm shooting or not. I guess not. Turn around, bright ass. Turn around, white ass. Turn around, every now and then I get a little close. You never come around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of seeing the side of your face. Every now and then I fart it down. I fart apart. I must not have some wide angle shot. I need some wide angle, like, what do you call them? Cannons. Yeah. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. Like I need you more than ever. You only hold me tight, girl. You holding on forever. To the contrary. Operation complete. Task Force Omega. I need Discovery, damn it. But hey, those will come in handy, that's for sure. Task Force. Okay, damn it. Pop up in my face. Like. Task Force Omega. You holding on forever. We'll only be making it right. Shit. I hate gagging and nearly vomiting every morning now. It's gotten worse. Disancia. Disan. Because a lot of my characters are already like level 4 and stuff like that, but I cannot get her up there. Okay. Won't let me. Sausage and gravy sandwiches. What's that? Oh. Okay. Let's see. Duty officers. Collect rewards. Yeah, I need some wide angle cannons. Because I like those wide ones. I'm not too much good on those whole, like, having to be in front and shooting thing.
Murdoch says, Ishanksa.
Ishanka? No, Ishanka. Ushanka. Ushanka. It's like saying ew. Or saying Uber. You know?
Murdoch says, Ice Hanka.
That's Hanka. Michael Shanks. Shanks a lot, son. Michael shanks you a lot. Shanks. Shanks a lot, sonny. Holding on forever. I could continue the Dyson one. And get a level 6 and have all this stuff. Wait, skills. No, it's not skills. What is it? 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 I can't think. Damn it. What am I trying to think about? Well, guess we'll have to figure it out later. Borg. Yeah, Borging.
In this instance, I speak for the cooperative.
Good for you, 7 of 9. What is it I'm trying to think about? Oh, yeah. Still have no active reputations. Nothing. That's crazy. We're gonna have the same stuff unlocked for the other characters, and I won't get a damn thing from this. Oh, we're going. Okay. I wasn't even paying attention. I wasn't paying no attention, and I don't have no attention to pay, boys. It's like disconnected or something? Yeah. Wah, wah. Dude, yeah, you're railing through that. What is that, anti-proton? Anti-proton? Protein? Extra protein? Restore control to Borg. Thank you.
Murdoch says, anti-proton.
Anti-protein? They could call one ship the ejaculator, and it just shoots out sperm, so it's like protein shots. They fish their way right into the enemy's uterus. The Utarian Wars. The Utarian Wars. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of your tears. And I need you now tonight, like I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, I'll be holding on forever. Restoring. I think it sucks that you can, as you're getting damaged, you can't restore until the damage stops coming or whatever. Just do it anyway. What the fuck? Keep sending the signal out. Burst through some bubbles, for crying out loud. For crying out loud, out loud, out loud. For crying out loud, out loud, out loud. Ooh, I have Polaron damage space I need to do as well. Where in the world are some more enemy?
I'm picking up a massive disturbance in fluidic space. Species
Ew.
472 is approaching.
Fluidic space indeed. Ew. Thank you for your assistance. The voices are strong in your head, man. I can't fly that fast in this bulky thing. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Electronic talking battleship. I need to record the sounds from that. I don't know if they exist on the internet. Prepare for battle. Select game. Game 1. Select players. Players 2. Task Force 1. Enter. Letter, number, correct direction, or whatever. Task Force 1. Armed. Task Force 2. Enter. Letter, direction.
The Undine will destroy the disconnected Borg ships. Stop them.
Task Force 2. Armed. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Prepare for battle. Task Force 1. Enter. Patrol boat. Letter. Number. Direction. Deet, deet, deet. Psh. Miss. Task Force 2. Enter. Letter. Number. Fire. Beep, beep, boop. Hit. I used to love that electronic talking battleship. You sank your battleship. You sank their battleship. I can't find enemies to shoot. Where are they? They keep pulling toward me with something. Disrupt Rift. Yay. Rift has been disrupted. It's still like doing stuff.
Murdoch says, yeah, it's light over here.
Light, dude. It's like Disney on acid. That's what John Crichton said one time. It's like Disney on acid. Rygar.
Murdoch says, the Borg is afraid of us.
Yeah. It's afraid of me because I don't have any weapons. The voices are silent. We are free. Why do we have to be the one to free you? Why can't you free your damn self, you bastard? See, the Orville's finally got like some footage out there of a new season. And they're coming back out with Babylon 5. They're rebooting it. The rift is closed. The rift, she is closed. Ah. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. What the hell? There's no enemies over it. It's crazy. You scared them off. The voices are silent. We are free.
Murdoch says, it seems like because of the Star Wars Disney Mandu and Boba success other people want to get back into sci-fi, which is fine with me.
I'm detecting something on an intercept course. It is quite sizable.
Is it quite sizable? Is it a penis? 7 of 9 is afraid of big penis. Yeah. As long as they do it justice, that's what matters. I mean, visually and story-wise, yes, you know, Mandalorian and Boba Fett have done a good job of sticking with, like, traditional Star Wars feeling. You know, just forget episodes 1, 2, and 3. Just do 4, 5, and 6, and that's what it's like, you know. But I've watched Babylon 5 before. I can't recall like what the hell was going on half the time. There was some dude with the vampire type super hair feathery look to himself, and some bald alien guy or whatever, and dude from Tron, but I can't recall like what the hell it was about. You know, it's been so long.
The Vault have a ship designed to fight Borg. Destroy it before it attacks the Cooperative.
Oh, I thought we had to go out there, dude. I'm just running around. They spin my nose hairs round, up and down. Wee, roller coaster of love. I wanted to ride the roller coaster. Damn it. Damn it. This is some bullshit. I need to take that audio clip from that Resident Alien show. This is some bullshit. Alan Tudyk is weird. I wasn't aware that he played the robot in iRobot. with Will Smith. I did not kill him. The voices are silent, bitty bitty bitty. Been a long road getting from there to here. Dual cannons. Shanka. Gesundheit. The voices are silent. That's all we know how to say. The voices are silent. Destroy Voth ships. Dude, where's some more Voth ships to destroy? What the hell? There they are. Why no can I turn? Okay, there we are. Me help, me help. Is that Harpang torpedo? Harpang. Klingon. We have definitely got to do something about this ship. Yay for Klingon! I Klingon. I destroy Klingon, Klingon, Klingon. Cling on me when you're not sitting still. Heavy bishop. Klingon. Yeah, this ship sucks ass. Target shields have failed. For good times and bad times, target shields have failed but never fall. That's what eating grease will do for ya.
Murdoch says, the ship is fine, just needs a build.
Well, it can't turn for shit. That's my problem. I like to turn fast. I'm so used to like just zooming around, and this one doesn't do that, and I sad. I love Lamp. Doctrinal differences. I mean, I can't fire all of my weapons unless I'm facing somebody, but I can't face anybody because I can't turn around
Murdoch
fast
says,
enough.
just put beams on it. You could do anti-proton with pen-crafted ones like mine.
Ah, Ushanka's gonna be Disruptor because she's Klingon.
The collective will not fall here.
It will not fall here. I will not allow it.
You will be eliminated.
Okay, Starscream. You will be eliminated.
Three dreadnoughts, but they're attacking one another.
Oh boy.
This is your chance.
Let me get over there real quick. There we go.
Murdoch says, do some dual beam banks, disruptors in the front or even just beams.
Well, I thought Klingon, you know, they're most likely always like, you know, cannons. And so I wanted to like use it with cannons, but then I don't like how the cannons are that fire. They're not that wide beam like I have on my archer ship, you know, so I can like fire from any direction and shoot shit. Because I'm not good at being right there in front. I have to.
Murdoch says, if you want to do that, then use the Bird of Pretty. Murdoch says, do cannons on the Bird of Prey.
So you think maybe beams would be better for this ship? Dude, I wish I could turn this thing. This thing's like bulky. How big is this thing?
Murdoch
anyway?
says, yeah.
Is it like a big ship? Because I can't go by the windows. Is that why it's so damn slow? This is not the end of the collective, I promise you that. My rear's failing. Oh, damn it. Go get me some depends. Going that far, I'll have to get some depends. This thing just turns like... Together they fall. Closer you get, further I fall. Be under the edge of the knife shaft. Oh, wind it all. Yeah, we'll get some of those, whatever. Level me up. Okay, that's not a bad idea, though. Beam for Ushanka. I just always associated Klingons with just like cannons or something. Ooh, look, the Rex is back again. Let's do that. And then we'll swap over to Archer. Ah, damn it, they didn't come back down with me. Shit! Oh, dang, I got
Murdoch
at you.
says, you could get the fleet bird of prey and do a disruptor cannon build if you want a ship that can turn good.
Yeah, it being small. Well, I wanted something different for, like, maybe a secondary ship that could be for her. But I wanted to get, like, the Alliance Tier 6 one that is there for Ushanka. I just don't like the fact that it's so damn slow. Not when someone, like, you know, has problems like me. But how much is the fleet one then?
Murdoch says, the event ship?
Lollipop. Yeah, that's what the one I have for her. This one here, the Khitomer Alliance Battle Cruiser. I think it's that one. Tier 6. Because it's got that Klingonness to it. It is Klingon. Here, Middle.
All 3 silos are
What the hell?
Allied control. Excellent work.
These damn people. Achoo!
The Bob Fortress is engaged.
I've never had the Achoo guy on the ground, so that's what really sucks for him. Okay, we've got that. We have that. I'm not gonna worry about Admiralty because there's nothing there. I want to dig for it anyway. Okay. So
Murdoch says, that's a fine ship but needs disruptor dual beam banks in the front, then get the Martok set for the Omni and use the Kinetic Omega 2-piece and Discovery set as well.
So you recommend beams for this one. What do I have here? Let's see. Disruptor. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna disruptor it to death. It just has default shit right now, but yeah, I definitely have that in my. Well,
Murdoch says, I will put together a build for it.
Cool, that'd be awesome.
Murdoch says, of free stuff.
Yeah, because I need, like, where I could get that, you know. I mean, I could probably, like, use the R&D system to make something, right? So I have this at 15. Beam arrays. Just regular beams. Where's the duals? Dual beam banks right there. Disruptor. But stuff that's special, you know. I don't know, like, what is it? A lot of this
Murdoch
stuff.
says, I'll put something together and link it to you later.
Okay. That'll be very appreciative. I can actually make some of this, I think, in my main character and then give it to this character. Because I have more stuff to do there. But I don't know. Maybe like reputation, dual beams. Because I want to get stuff from, like, you know, scattered throughout. Like, it's, you know, and I don't want to, like, have the same weapon everywhere. I want, like, something from this thing, from this reputation, or this build, or whatever, you know. Like, it's grounded together, Klingon-ish. Something that does a lot of damage, you know. That's just damages itself. Okay, anyway. I need to change over to...
Murdoch says, okay.
But that was my whole idea, like, free weapons that I didn't have to purchase anywhere, but not being the same, you know, like just using R&D only to build just the weapons for it, but some that are, like, powerful enough to get from maybe story missions or something like that, that are good weapons. But I was looking into that. That's why I did this disruptor thing for her, but I gave up and just moseyed on with my regular routine. My default. Okay, Archer. Let's get you going, buddy. Are you anonymous too? Let's see. Stop it. Privacy. Visible.
Back to your stations. The bots have returned.
On your station. On the return. Because I looked up, there's some website or something that's like the free weapons that actually can do some damage and whatnot. And, I mean, that was kind of like the whole idea that I had about, like, making a list of the default weapons that aren't marked up and, like, special just to see how much damage they do without maxing out. And then of that, just kind of figuring it out, like, what to do. I mean, I've already got the fake generator thing happening. Did we kill him? Is he dead or is he standing? Okay, dude fell out, so he's good. And I need to get some Lobi for these guys so I can give them some better weapons. I want them all to have phase pistols so they can just throw them at people. Because that's what happened that one time. I gave, who was it? Was it Trip or Malcolm on here, my phase pistol, just to see what they would do with it. And they kept using the number 3 option, which is overload power cell. Where you like overload the thing, you just throw it. And that's all they kept doing with it, was just throwing the weapon. And I thought, well, that sucks, because I want them all to have a phase pistol, so it's like Enterprise, you know? So
Kevsky _ says, Fearenginer, 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 Fearenginer.
Hey! That was funny. Fearenginer. Maybe that could be like one of my my emotes for the channel or something like that. Fearenginer. Of course, it'd have to be Scorpwa or whatever like that. Fearenginer.
Kevsky _ says, hello, mister.
I can make it like a little 2D Ferengi head or something. Fearenginer. Ferenginar. Well, we've never like really seen Ferenginar, have we, in Star Trek?
Kevsky _ says, you getting off soon? I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, well, I'm on my Archer character, and usually when I'm on him, it's getting closer toward the end. My main character, I'm not going to really do anything with. I think maybe just some of the endeavors, like the Polaron damage and destroy Voth ships whenever I do that. But, yeah, I'd say I've got like another maybe 15 or less minutes until I'm done. Maybe 20. Depending on how fast I get and go. Couldn't sleep, huh? Nervous about anything?
Kevsky _ says, I think there was a DS9 episode on Fearenginer for one episode, but most of it was inside Quark's home.
Yeah. So they wouldn't have shown like a planet, really. Just maybe like a little steels or something like of a planet, but nothing like them out there actually on it and what kind of weather it has. And that's what this game misses a lot of. They could have a whole lot of things like the Cardassian side of things and, you know, Ferengis more or whatever. Other than Quark's Lucky 7 episode. There's a lot of potential that this game can do. And they're not going to do a damn thing with it. That's what's sad. I mean, they bring a little bit here and there. Like, you know, they got Janeway in. Just doing certain small things or whatever. But other than that, you know, get Patrick Stewart in this bitch. You know? I know William Shatner never will. He's too busy going to space. And being up there, he saw the Earth for what it was. he floated around up there. Got real emotional, as Shatner would do. Because to be Shatner is...
Kevsky
Big
underscore
Captain Kirk.
says, I heard he won't because he hates the development team.
Heck yeah. They didn't pay him enough.
Kevsky underscore says, Lame.
Lame. Yeah, it's lame but French. Well, yeah, you know, Shatner's, I guess, just the way he is. I mean, you can't hate the guy. I mean, you could try, but there's just something about him that just makes you kind of smile. I mean, he's friggin' almost 91 years old, you know, and he's lived a long damn time. Experienced so many things. And had feuds with people and pissed people off, pissed fans off, that sort of thing. But dude's got a life, you know, and he likes to stay active doing things. So let him do it. It would just be nice to have like Captain Kirk actually in this show, you know. Maybe even Chris Pine's Captain Kirk. I mean,
Kevsky underscore says, still kicking strong.
yes, he is. That's the thing. You keep yourself busy, you pretty much live forever. Aside from like just, you know, what was it? That Jackie, whatever his name was. He was like this fitness guru guy back in the 50s and late 40s and early 60s or whatever. And because he was like a Richard Simmons type, you know, he kept the exercising on TV and stuff. And he was like 89 or 90 years old. And they said he had like the body physically of a teenager because he exercised so much. He ended up dying, not of old age, but just regular pneumonia. Something that can kill anyone at any age. And this guy was like physically fit. You know, it was just a bad case of pneumonia that got him. Of course, I don't know about Betty White. I mean, she was 100 and had a pretty good life there. Pretty rough one, I guess. But old Shatner, yeah, he's about to be 91. And that means, since it's getting close to his birthday, they're going to have the official Talk Like William Shatner Day. That's what Maurice LaMarche has, you know, since he's a voice guy, cartoons and stuff. And he done Pinky and Pinky and the Brain and all these other voices that he does. And he's obsessed with Shatner, like mimicking him and stuff. So he created a whole day dedicated to everyone that impersonates William Shatner will talk like William Shatner all day to each other. It's hilarious to watch. Got Kevin Pollak that does it. And that's on Shatner's birthday, which is in March. I have a birthday in March. There's no spring chicken here. And it would be nice to have a lot of the other Star Trek characters in here, like you know, Patrick Stewart. Even though he's getting older, he got old quick. You know, like I know he's up there in the age, but still, it's like 1 year he's got this strong voice, and he's
Kevsky underscore says, are you a Pisces?
I'm not a pussy. No, I'm kidding. I'm kind of a between type thing. Like my birthday fell in between two changing, so I'm in the middle of one of the other. How further is that 100 more reputation, 100,000 more to get that fully up there? No, my birthday is like just a few days before Shatner. I think his is on the 23rd. shat in her. No shat in you, mister. These people here. There's someone out there on the wing. Something out there. He actually never said that. There's a man out there. He disappears when other people look for him. Disappears. 500, that ain't bad. 120. And that. Okay, 120 again. I need to get to 120. 66? I'll take it anyway. I don't care. Let's see. Scytheron. 100,000. That's not bad. Hmm. 20? No. Okay. Something bigger. That one right there. That'll work. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, look at that. But yeah, I guess, you know, I suppose they'll never have Avery Brooks on here because they stuck him in a wormhole. He's kind of out of his head anyway when he's talking. They could have Scott Bakula, like, put in, like, audio for Archer. I mean, have they even bothered asking him? I'm sure he'd do it. I mean, I've never heard that he ever was sour about playing Archer. And it's gained in popularity since then. I mean, they want to, like, fans actually want more Star Trek Enterprise, according to Trek culture. And I think it would be pretty cool. Because I never had a problem with Enterprise. I always thought it was awesome. Even though I barely could watch it, though. It was on UPN, and back then they had the UHF and VHF channel systems, you know. And UHF was a lower bandwidth for watching a lot of stuff. And
Kevsky_ says, yeah, I enjoyed it when I rewatched it recently.
Yeah, it did all right, you know. Sure, there were like super emotions about the Xindi stuff and, you know, Klingons and whatnot, but it was all right. And but when it originally aired, since it was on a UHF bandwidth, which is like Fox was on that, UPN, PBS, all on that same thing, it was a lot. The signal strength wasn't as great, depending on where you were. So I barely ever could watch the show. Anytime I do it, it was just nothing but just static because it was analog signal. But I would like, you know, put together an antenna and whatever like that just to try to watch it. So I never got the opportunity to like enjoy it like everyone else did whenever it first aired. Ooh, that's a good sound. I sold that. Look at that right there. Bam. 440. Nice. But yeah, whenever it it came out like on DVD or whatever like that, I got it and watched it, and I enjoyed it more because I could actually see it versus just listening to it whenever it first came around. They had all that eye candy on there. I hated the way it ended, you know. With Trip, well, they always said that Trip didn't really, like, die. Like, Section 31 brought him back or whatever like that. And he's, like, covert, you know, around the galaxy doing stuff or whatever. Like, they brought him back from death, or he didn't completely die. I don't know. That was the thing. But they are talking about, like, a series of, like, a short Trek type series where it's like one episode would be this thing, one episode would be that, but they're not tied together. Kind of like they'll have a, you know, what Sulu was up to after he became an admiral, captain, whatever like that. Then it'd be like what Archer did after the Federation was formed and all this kind of stuff. And it would have Scott Bakula reprise the role of Captain Jonathan Archer or Admiral Archer or whatever. That was a video I came across not too long ago, talking about that. That it was an actual like, what is it, like the series that they were gonna have, like newer series. They were talking about Strange New Worlds, it coming out, and then one more season of Picard, and then they were talking about like the possibility of something like that coming about, you know, like short treks or hour episode treks of just certain things about what characters have been doing that we haven't seen for a while, like maybe like O'Brien, you know, what he's been up to and all that, since he's not officially a Starfleet officer. He's just a Chief O'Brien because he works on stuff all the time. He tries to hijack railroads, you know. Okay, what do we need first? Polaron weapon damage. So I need to go to my Polaron right there. Okay. I need to find some enemies. There's a big one. Yay. Well, at least we got people helping. That's good. That's good. That's good. Why am I not doing any space damage with my Polaron weapons? Did I not select the right one? Polaron damage space. Okay.
Murdoch says, so the Khitomer Alliance ship has a science/command station, so usually with a command ship you would do a kinetic torp build on it. Is that something you would want to try?
Yeah, it doesn't
If
matter
not,
to me.
Maybe better ships to use for either beam overload or cannon builds.
Yeah, I could try whatever. I mean, it wouldn't hurt anything. I wouldn't use up anything. Maybe different. Just torpedo build. I've never done a torpedo build. I like my quantum phase torpedoes. I love those. Are like the best torpedoes. Just the sound of them. Quantum phase. Quantum. Quantum phase. They go to the quantum realm. They phase through objects. Quantum phase.
Murdoch says, okay, I'll talk to someone I know who is a genius at torp builds. If anyone can put together a budget torp build, he can. I can as well, but want to talk to him about it. What starship traits do you have access to at the moment?
Oh, I'd have to go and look. I mean, when I get done with getting this endeavor, I'll jump back over to Ushanka and see about which ones are what. If I can get over, let me go over and take care of the boss ship right here. Over. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're there. I know you're there, mister. It's a dead ship or something? What the hell? What in the world, mister?
Murdoch says, cool, cause it's the starship traits that will be the hardest to make something work with being limited there.
Okay, where's some more enemy? Way the hell over there, okay. Let's see, we have a pretty decent, whatever that is that I'm trying to say. Nag, 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 nag. Kawoosh. I think the reason why I'm kind of fixated over the TOS era stuff is because I never could watch it when I was a kid. Because it wasn't on reruns for me. mean, the only like Star Trek that I started out with was TNG. You know, and got the characters and all that. It wasn't until like cable TV / satellite TV that I was able to actually watch Star Trek, the original Star Trek. So it was like something new.
Kevsky_ says, I spent Zen for my first account bank slots earlier today. I feel like a big boy now.
So you bought some bank slots, account bank slots? It's a good feeling to like whenever you expand those bank slots. I mean, it doesn't give you much to start with, and they are pretty pricey, you know. Why is this red? It's like a red tint to the screen. I don't understand. I don't understand at all. Will you please state the nature of the emergency? Fire. Attack that ship. Attack all these Voth here. These Klingon Voth. Fire. Leave no prisoners. I don't want anyone here. Destroy them all.
Kevsky_ says, last time I felt this way was when I got a T6 ship just for a trait.
Alright, let me see if I can get out of here. Stop shooting at me, mister. We're on the run. They're not going to give up until I kill them. I'm a big boy now. Get out of the system. I had warp factor 1. It goes to warp inside the Dyson sphere. That's what's happening right there. That is what is happening. So they warp out of there? Is that what it is? Let me clear this off of here.
Murdoch says, so I wonder if the Terran warship with its Terran goodbye trait will be in the next legendary pack? I asked a dev in a stream but he wouldn't answer. Murdoch says, so yeah, let me get a screenshot of what you have on Ashanksa.
Shanka. It's like sneezing. Shanka. Bless you. She's pretty default, I tell you that. Not much going on there. Not much going on there. Okay, wait for all that crap to get off the screen. Traits. The final frontier.
Kevsky_ says, she's pretty default LUL.
Are you looking for like personal space traits, starship traits, space reputation? Active ground reputation is nothing.
Murdoch says, let me see the starship traits.
Just see, pretty much default. She doesn't have much. I swear they've changed the character models again. She looks different. This is just default from standard gameplay with this ship. I haven't like unlocked the other ships under her or nothing like that. Okay, alright, damn, that shit's flying across the screen.
Murdoch says, but you have other ships with mastery, right?
Let's see. Under events, reclaim rewards. I have
Murdoch
like
says, starship traits you can get from them.
Yeah, like see they got that Eisenberg thing, the mirror, Rise in Luxury. I think no, that's the Temper Alliance Raider, the freaking Gachtad carrier, Ryzen weather control vehicle vessel, Kobayashi Maru fighter, the Tung Dijandi fighter, and that's it for like the freebies that I can get a starship trait off of. Other than I don't know. No, she doesn't have that.
Murdoch says, okay, what about sea store ships?
The store ships? Are you talking about like the Zen store? I'm not gonna spend any Zen on her, that's for damn sure. Tapak.
Murdoch says, do you own any already?
Is there a way to like tier 1 through 4 reclaim? Constitution class and prototype.
Murdoch says, change filter to purchased.
Let's see. Madharator. My inventory is full. Oh, she's already got something, I guess, and some ships in there listed. Cannot purchase this. This inventory's full. Yeah, available. Light exploration cruiser, temporal battle cruiser, type 7 shuttle, Vor rail support battle cruiser. That makes me wonder, like, what ships do I have that are taking that up? Because I haven't been using any ships. Let me make her go over to Kronos. And beam up to that shipyard. We will take Timmy back home to his parents so we can lay there and go. Kronos. Because there's no R in it. I love the way that one takes off. It just disappears first and then it leaves. It makes no damn sense whatsoever. Shunk! Every time she arrives, it's like saying Boba Fett. I am Boba Fett. Okay. Have you ever heard of me? Yeah? Well, then I am Boba Fett. Okay, whatever, man. Boba Fett. He's a redneck Boba Fett. Chalk to transporter chief. No, damn it. Clicked on the wrong
Kevsky_ says, you've been watching Book of Boba?
Yeah, I watched episode 6 last night. I'm really behind on a lot of it. First City. No, I watched the Book of Boba Fett featuring Boba Fett and guest starring himself. But yeah, it was The Mandalorian mostly. The Book of the Mandalorian, Buffett.
Kevsky_ says, what do you think?
I like it. I mean, it's pretty cool. I hate how he's like cameoing in his own thing or whatever. Okay, we have the Fariki Franken Dreadnought carrier. It's not mastered yet. Hardening.
Kevsky_ says, I'm still salty he's not a bad guy anymore.
Yeah, he's just like this chill guy that just wants revenge now. Let's see. We have Raisin Corvette. We've got this I Kiss My Ass Orangoso. I mean IKS. I Kiss My Ass. It's not mastered yet. This boring ping thing. Norga bird of prey. I'm going to get rid of that. A Colgate. For real, it says I didn't even name this. It says Colgate. That one. None of these are mastery types though. Nothing in dry dock, I don't believe. But yeah, I can probably get rid of all this junk here. What's that? Disruptor Beamerang.
Murdoch says, wait, only show me ships that have a mastery trait.
Well, the Rising Corvette. Rhythmic Rumble, which is nothing.
Kevsky_ says, why does that circle appear sometimes?
The circle.
Murdoch says, okay, I'm taking notes.
We just rewatched the video. And the Fariki Dreadnought guy, he's got that fiery entrance. Circle appear. What's circle? If you mean the loading circle for on Twitch, when it's like changing resolutions. Automated shield alignment for this the Kittimer one.
Kevsky _ says, under the ships on the screen.
The ships on the screen. Circle appear. Circle. Oh, I got snowballs. Half melted snow. How in the world do I still have a snowball? Where did this... Hold on a minute. I got... Someone threw a snowball at me.
Kevsky _ says, the blue circles under the ships on the menu. Murdoch says, you skipped a ship.
Yes, this Mott Raptor. Overwhelming force. The blue circles under the ships on the menu.
Murdoch says, and the other one.
Are these right here? From this.
Murdoch says, glisse.
Glushy? What's a glushy? Oh, this thing. It's not a mastery ship. It's just a
Murdoch
regular.
says, oh, never mind. It's not a mastery ship.
Yeah, I can probably delete that and get rid of these like ships here or something. I just never have. Blue circles. This, I have no idea what that's about. It's like a visual problem or error or whatever. It is interesting though, isn't it? It's almost like
Murdoch says, it's a bug.
It's like sometimes whenever you click on your characters, it'll be like a blue background for some reason. Yeah, now it's not there. That's weird. Yeah, now it's back, see? If it ain't one thing, it's something else. But hey, my endeavor
Kevsky _ says, yeah, it's weird.
This game is so unpredictable. Ushanka. That guy needs to do the home mission. I can probably, yeah, I can get rid of these, let's see. Inventory's full, so anything they would dump is going in there. So I could probably do this here. Nope, where's it at? It's manage ships. So I can probably get rid of like that, but I probably need to discard all the weapons. Or maybe keep those and upgrade them, you think? Is it worth it? Discard. Discard that too. So I'm never going to use these ships again. They have just
Murdoch
default
says,
stuff.
are those tier 5?
It doesn't say. They're just like the default
Murdoch
ships you
says,
get.
cause sometimes they may be good for skin.
I mean, these right here are the ones you kind of progress and get through the story. Like these ones, like this one here, all the way down. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are just like as you progress standard or whatever, you get the
Murdoch
free ship.
says, oh, yeah, throw those away then.
Yeah. Discard. I'm just discarding
Murdoch
all this so it
says,
doesn't like pop
or
into
put
me.
into dry dock.
Discharge. I.K.S.M''chor. Okay. Damn, it's gone. And I got that like in my inventory now. Okay, the Holmeson or something, 42 hull. It's just junk. I mean, just junk. Discard that. I.K.S.H.L.O.son. I wonder if it matters if I did that. Okay, no, it doesn't. But it got rid of all the crap in my inventory. Okay. Hangar 2 Jew fighters. Are they worth anything? I have no idea. Can be launched from flight
Murdoch
deck carrier.
says, save.
Save those guys.
Murdoch says, they are blue.
They are blue. Can they can't be upgraded though, can they? Or can they be upgraded? That's interesting. Let's see. Let's do away with those. Throw one of these guys over here. And they cannot be upgraded. And he is stuck right there now. Get rid of that warp core. Get rid of that. And the shield. It's just default stuff. I technically can get rid of those or upgrade them. Photon torpedoes.
Murdoch says, you can't upgrade any hangar pets.
Sucks. That
Murdoch says,
suckers.
however blue ones are often fine.
So is that considered blue or just default? Because it's like a gray. But it does have a blue though, doesn't it? It's got a rare to it. Interesting, man. Interesting.
Murdoch says, I would save it.
Save it. Discharge. The USS Gushy. I can't spell. And I can't caps. Did I spell it correctly? No, I did not. Turn caps off. Okay, there we go. Okay, they just call it... Oh, I forgot a dot. Okay. There we go. Ta-da! Get rid of all that crap again. It's all just that default junk. And shield array. Hey, I got my dual beams now. Get rid of the cannons. Gravy. The USS Aerosol. Get rid of that one. Discharge. Oh, that one is discharged without anything on it. Nice. IK.S.BORPING. Borping. Borping. Oh, it did have one thing though, didn't it? And the Colgate. I kind of like the Colgate ship. It's like a default bird of prey, but it's got such a small hull, so it's not worth having. I.K.S.Colgate. Interesting name for that. Boom. Now we're at default. Yeah. Eventually I could stuff those or whatever. Okay, is there a bank where I can throw these in?
Murdoch says, wait.
Wait a minute. Bitty.
Murdoch says, show me the Khitomer again.
Okay. Put those over there. And put those over there just to have them out of the way. A Khitomer. Boing.
Murdoch says, gonna take a screenshot to see what you already have.
It's called junk. See? Got the vulnerability locators too. 3 of those guys. It's just default junk. I mean, just thrown together to be like a ship to do something with.
Murdoch says, okay, got it.
Nice. Hell, I'll do you one. There we go. I got a few ship pictures there. Creole? Really? The USS Creole. I have a small craft. It's a unit. It's a Federation ship, and it's the USS Creole, so it's Cajun. Ah, damn it. The USS Creole. Yeah, I guess I do need to master some of these. It's got these guys. Any Faraki carrier. Fekiri. Such a weird name. Never mastered hardly any of these. I need to do that. I need to like just master these ships to get the trait and just get rid of them. I think I won't do that now, but eventually in the future. Maybe if I'm not online. Yeah. Shanka got some ass going on over there. Look at that ass. Personal space traits, just the default ones. I don't think I've ever unlocked or given her any like other ones. Space reputation. These have been unlocked, I think, with the reputation system. So I can go over that and change it. Shield penetrating.
Murdoch says,
Nasty.
it may be wiser to do a build on the Mat HA Raptor, that is a decent ship as well. Murdoch says, what seating does it have?
The
Murdoch
Raptor
says, any specialized seating?
Let's see. Mata. Let me ready ship just to look at it. Stations. It's got whatever that is. Lieutenant Universal Station. Lieutenant Tactical. Lieutenant Science / Intelligence Station. Commander
Murdoch
Tactical.
says, Intel.
Intel. No, AMD. I prefer AMD. So yeah, it's just like a default thing. Kagan.
Murdoch says, so that ship would turn better.
Yeah, I would think so. It's smaller, I think. Yeah, I need to do like the reputations for that. Let me get my ship back. Ready starship, bastard. Ready starship. Shanka. She is queen, little Shanka. She climb up here, you go outside of space. Fall down, go boom. Shanka. Just saying her name is hilarious. Customize ship? No. Climb into here and burn? Yay. Acquire ships. Get a new ship? No, thank you. Have you ever noticed all the Klingons have a lower left eyebrow than the rest of them? All the male ones are like that for some reason. I have no idea why. They all are like that. I mean, you look at Aichu here, right? Same thing. His left one is lower, his right one is higher. Jim Belushi, same thing. Kagan, same thing. Okay, no. Timmy, well, he's Timmy. And I don't have no idea who this guy is. He just kind of showed up on the ship one day, and there he is. I mean, whatever. It's like a stowaway that just won't go away. I don't know. Yeah. Well, no, we did not click on you. Thank you. Oh, man, he left. Damn it. I was going to tell him he needed to do the home mission.
Murdoch says, are you able to get spiral wave disruptors?
Spiral wave disruptors.
Murdoch
where would I
says,
get that?
if you go to Dilithium store.
Is it a special item, reclaim or something?
Murdoch says, yeah, reclaim.
Ooh.
Murdoch says, at bottom.
Nope. Universal kit module, prolong, tangle phaser, prolong phaser beam array, Sumpec lightning, console, universal, prolong dynamo, section 31. Yeah, I don't have it. I never got it from somewhere, I guess.
Murdoch says, okay.
Okay. Okay. Yes, okay. You'll be okay.
Murdoch says, you unlock them from the Cardassian pack.
Ah, which I do not have. Character bind on equipped. I've never even looked at this stuff. Well, there's those soul guys. Never even looked. Starship Mastery Unlock Retaliation? Maybe I need to click on that. It's free.
Murdoch says, get that.
Huh. Inventory full, you bastard. Damn it. Let's unlock that thing.
Murdoch says, open it.
There we go. Now we can do it.
Murdoch says, it's a decent starship trait.
Retaliation. Reconciliation. It's free, it's worth it, right? Nothing else there. Command modules. Junk. Okay.
Murdoch
Nothing.
says, also make sure you do the temporal recruit missions for the crit chance starship trait.
Temporal recruit missions? Under a Klingon? Crit chance. Crit chance? Temporal recruit missions.
Murdoch says, did you ever make a temporal recruit?
Yeah, I mean that's my main character is a temporal recruit. But it's Federation. I mean, let me go to the city. Let's go to the city. Where the hell's the transporter pad at? Oh, it's these little ones.
Murdoch says, but it unlocks for entire account.
Yeah, you have to, I think, go over
Murdoch
and talk
says,
to them, though.
or supposed to.
That's what I was telling you. Like, I don't think Shanka like is synced in with everybody. Dude, I remember when this place used to be crowded.
Murdoch says, but the starship trait you get only when you finish all the episodes in list.
Qapla', what do you require?
Okay, look at that. Temporal insight. Improved.
Murdoch says, nice.
So here's the improved one.
Murdoch
Delta
says,
recruit.
and get temporal negotiator.
Temporal
Murdoch
negotiator.
says, get all the stuffs.
Yeah. We can always like re-get it if you like delete it or whatever. Delta, temporal, gamma. See, all of them are kind of, they're empty. That's what I was talking about. Like the other ones, the other characters I have, I can click on like this stuff that I still haven't unlocked as a delta, but it would be listed in gray. She doesn't have all that. Like the temporal is completely
Murdoch
empty.
says, temporal should not be empty.
I know, it doesn't make any sense.
Murdoch says, you need to make a ticket on this.
Yeah, no results found. But delta is fine. That one. I mean, I've got 2 temporals, so something should be showing up. That's what I was talking about earlier. There's just nothing there. I mean, you can like what? Just discard that. Go back to this.
Murdoch says,
and you get it
unless
again.
temporal is only for Fed aligned. Murdoch
Maybe.
says, I will also go check.
Yeah. See, you can always like re-get that if you take it off. Well, why would it even list it though? That would be the thing. It doesn't make any sense. Well, let me think. Hold on a minute. Let me change my character over to my other Jem'Hadar guy. He's Klingon aligned. Forgot all about that guy. Kolchak, the Night Stalker. Yeah. I don't know what the hell he's been up to. He's like, oh, he selected me. Let's play. Ha 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 ha. Beam up, Kolchak. He's my Vanguard guy. I forget all about these other characters. Never play him. Okay, we can go to Chronos system with him and see what he has to show. That does the same thing. Look. Apparently going to Kronos is not a good idea because it makes your ship vanish. Theorizing that one could time travel in his own lifetime. He's got very basic stuff himself. First city.
Kevsky_ says, I'm gonna try sleeping again. Have a good mornight, mister.
Have a good mornight, mister.
Murdoch says,
Get some
no,
sleep.
I am on my KDF aligned Klingon and I can see all the temporal stuff.
Huh.
Murdoch says, night P.
See, not even my Kolchak guy can see it. It's empty. We need to get that anyway.
Murdoch says, the starship trait I am talking about is called critical systems and improved critical systems.
Yeah, that's under the temporal agent. Yeah, I remember seeing that before. The hell? Get off of there. Get off of there. Okay. There. And
Murdoch says, hold on now. Show me your temporal recruit and the thing in inventory.
like actually go to my temporal recruit. The minion transponder. You mean me to actually go to my character, my temporal recruit character, which is my
Murdoch
main character?
says, maybe you have a different type of recruit and he isn't temporal. Murdoch says, maybe he is Delta.
Well, the temporal recruits are always like this guy, right? Let's see.
Murdoch says, maybe he is a garbage recruit.
He gets that garbage. He goes after the garbage, you mean? The garbage? Let's go, mister. Maybe it's because I have 2 temporal recruits or something like that. And it's like throwing off the mix for a bunch of them. Loading the soul system. Bam! I love it. Okay, I gotta go to a bank because I don't keep the temporal transponder on my main character. I keep it in the bank because it's done. It's full. Hello, Q. Fuck you, mister. Ah, damn it. Bank. Where is it? It's up here somewhere. That. Yeah, use. See, my temporal agent. Of course, I've had everything unlocked prior to this, so this is just this one. But he's got everything. And I can even, like, where's Philip Gray at? Secret agent man. Secret Cajun.
Murdoch says, oh, that is one of the April Fool's temporal agents. Sorry man, none of that counts.
April Fools. Yeah.
Greetings, how can I...
Uh-huh. That's weird. It's not even listed now. But temporal
Murdoch says, no, that is actually normal.
He's gone. Why is he gone? Yeah. Okay.
Murdoch says, you can't get the marks on the actual Rekshawur. Murdoch says, cause then you would be getting them twice.
Right. Well, Archer's like, well, okay, let me look at somebody else. Let's see. Sukabliet, right? This character here. She is the other recruit. The whatever you call it. And we're on Bajor for some reason. Alright, yay.
Murdoch says, she like anal right.
Anal left, anal right. Where's her transponder thing? Let's see. Get off of there. Yeah, this is hers. The Delta Recruit or whatever. Level 10. So
Murdoch says, show me that booty girl.
So what is the line that I have for her? I forget. I think she's Klingon aligned.
Murdoch says, she is also temporal.
No, she's just Delta. Because the temporal agent is just the TOS agents, you know, from back then. This is the Delta Recruit. So she's not a temporal recruit. Chronos system. Every time going to Chronos, it makes the ship disappear first. But I know my Federation ones can see it because I've actually gotten that trait for those. Whee. First shitty. Second shitty. Everybody looks like they got some shitty going on. Analversary. Isn't Q supposed to be here too? Wait a minute. Yeah, Q's supposed to be there. Where the hell's Q over here at Kronos? Kapla. See, okay, yeah, temporal agent shows up here. Or temporal agent for this one.
Murdoch says, well, I would take a screenshot of that guy that can't get the temporal stuff and then a screenshot of your temporal recruit showing what you have finished.
Unless it's like, if I click on it, it disappears or something. Maybe that's what it is. Waiting for previous item to finish because the game is slow as hell. Yeah, it'll say no results found if it's all done. Okay, that makes some sense.
Murdoch says, why I was thinking maybe you already collected them on that guy. Murdoch says, so maybe you don't remember collecting?
Maybe I didn't, I don't know. It's been so long since I've done all this stuff. Where'd all this stuff go? Shouldn't it have, like, there's one.
Murdoch says, some of your reputation shows 500, but did you put some in the bank?
Reputation in the bank? I didn't know you could put that in the bank. Yeah, Discovery Legends, I just gave her that.
Murdoch says, the reward boxes.
Yeah, I don't know where they went. That may have been what had happened before. Because I just clicked through all of them, and I only got one. Inventory. It's like they disappeared.
Murdoch says, I wonder if you didn't have room for them and it bugged out. Murdoch says, I would still put in a ticket.
I'm not too worried about it. This game's broken. Let's see. Because you put in a ticket, then all of a sudden they look up other things or whatever, and they get all confused.
Murdoch says, but I would also check your bank on that character to see if you put them in the bank.
Let's see, count wide.
Murdoch says, if you don't have room, don't get them.
Gamma marks.
Murdoch says, best to just leave them there and get them when you need them.
Right. Seriously though, where the fuck is Q? Isn't he supposed to be like right here?
Murdoch says, so say you are working on a build and need reputation for Discovery, then you get a box for the rep.
Yeah, I can hold off on getting those. Oh, he's over here. Okay. Usually Q's over there. What the heck is he doing over here? I want to battle you, bitch. Anyway. You be pointing over there at me.
Murdoch says, you got to work tomorrow?
No, I'm off tomorrow, but it being almost 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll probably end up sleeping half the day away again. Because I am about to get off of here. Ushanka. Maybe that is a glitch to where it doesn't show them all. Maybe why I didn't get them all like that. I went too fast because I'm bad about doing that, like the enter key and clicking with the mouse at the same time. Okay, bank. Analversary. I remember when this place used to be so crowded, though. Because they took the NPCs off for some reason, didn't they? Very rare occasion going to the bank. Well, it's just those. Yeah, I don't really have anything. Account bank, I have...
Murdoch says,
D5.
poop.
Pop. Poop poop and two poop a joop a doop. Secret agent man. He's a secret Cajun man. Yeah.
Murdoch says, it's worth putting in a ticket. Too much rep to not do anything about.
And it could have been that I may have just forgotten and got it or something, and for some reason gave it all, because I don't recall
Murdoch
doing
says,
that, though.
You can mention how you don't have any reputation on that character, though.
Right.
Murdoch says, open your rep.
Reputation. See, I've got, what, Task Force Omega is at 90, which is not hard to get, you know, from like tier 1 to tier 5. That's pretty easy to do with just very little, because it's like 30 every time. 30 times, like, what is it? It goes in 5,000 increments.
Murdoch says, right.
That one. So I got the Lucari Gamma. This Gamma's empty completely. But then again, a lot of this came from, you know, like doing those patrols or a few of the TFOs. That's the only way that Ushanka's ever gotten any
Murdoch
credits.
says, but you don't remember using the reward boxes for that rep?
Because usually, whenever like I do the whole reward box thing, I would get them for every single one of these, and it would be up in 300s to 500s or whatever like that for every one of them. You know, case in point, let me think.
Murdoch says, take a screenshot of your rep marks.
I don't think it would really matter to them. These people don't even pay attention half the time. But I think Michael, I've gotten all of them, like all the rep boxes under him before, and he's never like gone out and done a damn thing. You know, like gone out there and done any TFOs or anything really. And Task Force Omega is just that. Your Lucara is up to
Murdoch
80.
says, well, there must be a reason, or a bug. If it's a bug, then you don't want to lose out on that.
Nah, it's not a big deal to me, really. But, see, I used some to get to the Nucara one up to that far. New Romulus only did a little bit of that. Dyson, duh, of course. Delta Alliance, I've used those marks to get to that. Which I can actually get farther with that one, if I need to. And then Iconian, I used marks before to get to that, because I used a very little. The Terran one and temporal defense, gamma. But yeah, the stuff that I've used for him, it just came straight from, and I've actually got it recorded, I think, on one of my videos of me doing that. Going through all of those. I mean, that's where I got so many of these, wherever they are, these things, all of a sudden, like this, you know, these requisition boxes. I mean, hell, that's how I got, like, my Archer all the way up, like, to tier 6 for all of his, is those. And a few of the TFOs. But anyway, it's not really a big deal to me. I mean, if I wanted to bad enough, I'd probably, like, complain, but...
Murdoch says, I got to wake up early for work. I will put together a build for one of your ships. I gots to crash.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm about to, like, end it right now anyway. Thank you, though, for that. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, chances are I'll barely ever play with you, Shunk, in a fight, really. But you never know. If I have some to aspire to some of these characters, yeah. But mostly they're just like
Murdoch says, T-Funk Kaboom T-Funk Cliftoff T-Funk LUL 2022 T-Funk Kaboom T-Funk Cliftoff T-Funk LUL 2022.
T-Funk it up. T-Funk it up. T-Funk it up. Alright. I'm going to end it right there, dude. You have a good night. And go to sleep and wake up in time to go to work. I will end it.
Murdoch says, night.
Night, dude. Alright, here we go. Ending stream now. Bye-bye.